Hey, Broski, you muted.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. I had the YouTube playing.
I This shit's exciting. Let's go.
This shit here, I love this song.
Come with no amount, no charge, no price. Yeah, I appreciate you showing me how to do that shit. Continue with finding ways out. Right now with my cock out for the pain. Nah, don't do shit like clout. Call the woods. I'm a leader, getting dollars, bills paid. I holla. Just took a trip to the coast for a day, just to get away for a minute. Realizing where I went wrong in life. Now I'm back at it, doing it right. Come with no amount, no charge, no price. Sister Donna, what's going on with your sister? Come with no amount, no
Hello,
charge, no
friend.
price. Just trying out this new yard shit, man. We gonna get into it. Come with no amount, no charge. Yes, Lord. 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 Love comes to help with mouth. The rapper was the one of the two. Don't want that fucking thing right there jumping to be out of that too. This one side shit, you already know what I'm sliding. Every time I spit that I'm like, you already know it's exciting. So intoxicated, so excited. No debating, certified it. The best, man, why try it? Put it up to your whip one time and just ride out to it. This shit's clean right here, remember? Don't need this what's up, man? What's happening, Queen? This is my first time using the yards how it's supposed to be used. Yeah, I gotta play my own shit, man, because I ain't trying to get no more copyright claims, man. That YouTube don't be playing, man. I think the link is in the chat, so anybody that want to talk, man, you can get up. I'm just letting people rock in, you know. It's my first time, dropping the link and whatnot, so bear with your boy, man. Bear with the brother one time, man, It's my first time with this shit. Hopefully everybody can hear me.
Salute to everybody.
Yeah, mingle with each other and shit, man. Everybody good people shit.
This is a little modish, so I like this one too.
I like this shit.
This that 80 and 880 music.
Shout out to the boy Rock too, man. Rock Loyalty, man. Bless the boy with a hot verse on this shit, man, on the remix.
Salute. Y'all
Salute.
putting out some dope music. Super proud of y'all.
I appreciate that, man. Salute to everybody in the chat too.
Oh, I didn't even get a chance to share it. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that shit, man, because every time I click one thing, I get booted out my own shit.
I'm going to hop out. I'll be right back because I want to share this.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
So, yeah, the link is in the chat if anybody want to hop on. Sister Donna, you want to hop on? Glenn, you want to hop on? Queen, you hop on. This the first time that I got this shit yanking like this, courtesy of Queen Scorpio. She can put me on game. My shit different, and it be cold. 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 Yeah, it's over. Shit get ripped apart. Me and Rock. And this shit just move like sharks. If I see blood, homie, I'm a fucking spark. Do this shit to study the fucking art. When we talking about our culture, your boy getting master. When we talking about this victory, homie, your boy rap faster. When we talking about natural freestyles, your boy create disaster. Talking about making history, making that shit be the past. Chance for you to shit cool with it. All I do is spit gas. The gas station with this shit, boy, don't even fucking add. Had to get one of us on the track, homie. You gonna have to be spitting cash. You gonna be talking that shit. If not, homie, then I'm like the gas. And then you gonna have to add up the math. I'm living out of the cage. I move ring my music. I give you nothing but rage. And I can stop until I'm paid. And I'm doing it from the heart. I'm doing it from the spirit. But homie, I got bills that need to be paid. My shit different. And it go. My shit different. And it be 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 gone. My shit different, and it be gone. My shit different, and it be gone. And it be gone. Yeah, yeah, okay. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I would do that little what's that? That little 30-second thing. Let mofos know I'm for sure about it, official with it. I think Queen Scorpio then stepped out for a minute. But shit, I'm talking, so it's official. I like to get into it. I don't like to beat around the bush anyway. So hopefully the title, yeah, the title is up there. Okay, cool. So the title, Polight and Other Ish, right? But really, it's not about Polight. So I might change the title after this shit because this shit was sparked by Polight and all the other madness and shit that you see on
Okay.
on YouTube and shit. What's going on, Queen?
Okay, I'm on mute. Go ahead, King.
Oh, for sure, appreciate it. The title probably most definitely is gonna change when I figure that out. This was brought upon. I don't know to say allegedly, um, accusations, whatever, however you put it. Um, this this thing that's been this R word that's been bestowed on Polight, which I don't rock with. I don't fuck with. I don't like the R word, and I don't like anybody that's associated with the R word because I feel like if you're a grown adult person, now this is if the shit really occurred. I mean, I'm not sure if this shit occurred, but they said they found some DNA on the girl. So I'm assuming this shit is real, and I'm
You
assuming
do?
this shit is. Go ahead.
DNA is that's the end. His especially seminal DNA should be nowhere on that little child's body. Uh,
Facts.
should we blame Sonetta? Because Sonetta told us years ago he had the capacity to do this. He did it with remember Sonetta came out and said he did it to some little girl before. So
I'm gonna keep it honest, and some people might believe me. I mean, I don't really give a fuck, but I don't really watch a lot of these people, and I know
yeah,
that might
I think so.
sound like how you know about all the shit's going on, but no, I know of these people. I don't really know them like that, and I'm not really an avid follower of Polite or Pseudo, so I don't really follow Pseudo like that. And I know he been going through some shit too. It seemed like he didn't blew his gasket too, and he
Yeah,
going through some crazy ass shit.
yeah, I've been watching Sonetta for years, and I quit watching him because
What's up with you, Step Win, brother? What's up with you?
that's where salute. Hit the he must be at work. Hit the link, King.
Yeah, the link is up there. Mods, I don't know if y'all can y'all highlight that shit and just drop it for me because the chat done scrolled hella fast. If
I'm
y'all can,
side eyeing Sonetta, because he, he went in on Polite before over some money, But I quit fooling with Sonetta when he got mad because people wouldn't get him a van to go
Mhm.
around to do news stories. And so he got mad at Polite before, and he was like, "Don't have me tell these people what you did with that young girl." So he knew what time it was, and I think it's part of the blame needs to be put on him.
Yeah, from what I seen, just watching the videos and shit just the past couple of days, because one of the reasons why I didn't hop on the shit is because I didn't know what the fuck was really going on. I mean, some you
Mhm.
just people just was putting videos out, so I wasn't really for certain what really had
Right.
happened. But you can't deny DNA. You can't deny DNA.
Not similar.
you you just can't. So
Mm-mm.
he shouldn't. And then I was watching a lot of his videos, his reply videos, if you will, of him saying, "Oh, this is some goofy shit and this and that," and then saying, showcasing all this material. I don't know what it is with people on YouTube. Why do y'all think that materialism equals a good person or equals that you have a heart or some shit? Like a lot of motherfuckers
Right.
on here think that shit. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all with that shit, man.
I think so many people sell their souls on here. That's why I refuse to get caught up in this. I mean, people are selling their souls for the cash app, for the you know the donations and shit. Like
Facts.
they lose their religion over it. Polite been scamming. Been busted. So many people have came forth with him scamming them out of money. His titles then changed from what was his title before? Author, and he's supposed to be this astute person, but now he's just a social media influencer. What is he influencing people to do? Like,
I never understood that title my damn self. I never understood that with other people with the title influencer. I don't know what the fuck you influencing, but you ain't influencing me.
do you put any blame on the mother? Because some people blaming the mother. What are your points?
Yeah, I put the blame. Well, I mean, I put the blame on her and Polite.
Me
If this
too.
shit, I mean, like I said,
Me too.
with that alleged shit, and then him, ducking and weaving and dodging, and he ain't admitting or coming out fully saying this shit. That's I'm a straightforward type man, so I like a motherfucker to just be honest with me. You feel me? Just come
Right.
straight at me. I like it in the face. So if you motherfucker did some shit, come out say you did it. You feel me? Just say, hey, that shit happened. Be a man about it, and man will fuck up and say this shit. Don't play around with the shit. I want to see
Right.
this shit. I like it right here in the visuals. I like to see this shit. So we gonna say he did it because they found DNA on him. What the fuck is somebody that got all them grown ass wives, all these grown women wives? I'm assuming they grown women. I heard some of his wives are underage or some shit. One of them was
I think the
underage, I
one,
believe.
his main wife he got with when she was a little girl, you know,
Mhm.
and these men been praying in our communities since the beginning of time. But the woman, I mean, as women, we cannot be leaving, especially our daughters, in the hands of people we don't, not even some family members. So
Facts.
she needs some of that blame too. I don't give a damn what's going on. He can't ride unless I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna send you my kid off with somebody I don't even really know, let alone even some family members. Like, no.
Facts.
I'm
Facts.
saying,
I couldn't. I wouldn't even feel comfortable leaving my child around family. I don't have no kids, but
you
I
know,
just, I couldn't
some
do that
families,
shit.
shit, a third cousin from another state, even. You know, that's how I'm like, I don't like we family, but I don't know you to leave my prized possession, like my heart in your hands. And I was Cookie did a show about this lady had the care of her goddaughter. So she went left with this dude, and they he wanted some weed. So the girlfriend or the girl went and got, I'm sorry, I don't want to get you flagged, but she went and got the trees, right? And
Mm,
left a little 9 year old with some dude she just met. And he ended up doing the ultimate. So we
mm.
cannot leave our children, not even our sons, in the hands of people, we don't know like that. So,
And
I
it,
mean,
no,
mm-mm.
no, this you bring up a great point, Queen. And the reason why I said I was gonna change the title probably because it's not. This isn't really about polite. This is about the children and the community, like you alluded to.
Yeah,
This is about our community as a whole and the children that need to be looked after. This ain't
yeah.
really about polite because I don't think anybody is
Surprise.
concerned. I was gonna say concerned about what the little girl going through. We worried
Oh,
about polite
fact.
and everybody like, oh, the conscious community going down. Woo, woo,
For
okay.
the rest of
What
her
about
life.
that? What
Yeah,
about that little girl though?
fact.
What about the little girl and her family? You
And
know,
as a woman, I've been, when I was younger, I mean, we go to school, we go to our bus stops or whatever. It's all men, old men from boys our age hitting up. I'm just saying, like, trying to talk to us, walking to a store or leaving school or whatever from the time, our little buds bloom. And I
Queen,
mean,
Queen,
it's
can I? I want to say, I wanted to address the chat. I just wanted to say what's up to everybody coming in and out.
salute.
It's kind of hard for me to keep track of this shit, man. This ain't like the one, the StreamYards app, but I appreciate everybody showing up. I just wanted to say that I can't see y'all individually because chat's moving and shit, but salute, shalom to everybody. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything that people contribute and support. However way, whichever way you do it, I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing and watching, commenting, and all that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Go ahead, Quinn. You can continue.
I'm just saying, like, and it's a new time. I get it, but when I was younger, I'm 48, almost 49. It was acceptable, but things have changed. But at the same time, it's creepy as a young girl, innocent, to have it snatched away like that. She'll never be the same, and it's a problem in all our communities. These older men fetishizing fetishizing these little girls like that. It's sad.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's not like I said. This isn't about polite. This is about our children. This is about your kids. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't have any kids, but I do got younger cousins and all that. You know,
Right.
and
But
I
then
wouldn't.
when
Oh, go ahead.
not to cut you off, King, I'm sorry,
Mm.
but I just
Oh,
want
go
to
ahead.
say this. When these women get older and have all these issues, mentally and mental and emotional issues, then
Mm.
they're gonna be those black bees or those hair-hatted hooligans, not knowing the damage that this woman then been through from the time, she was younger. So it affects even how we raise our son, like it's deep, y'all. It's really deep.
No, you right, and you don't like I said, you don't know the emotional damage psyche to the damage to the little girl's psyche that happened
Absolutely.
dealing with the situation dealing with this situation because her youth has just been stripped. Basically, she don't even have her youth
Her and
anymore.
yeah.
Her youth it's been taken, and
eh,
Polite took
mm.
that engaging, what he engaged in with her that night,
And
knowing
Sonetta warned us. So I'll never forget because I was shocked. Sonetta even said it, but he only said it because he was mad at the time, over some money type of shit. But nah, I'm sorry. That I mean, because we was talking about it. I'm just heated, and I'm glad you waited it to get gather some of the facts because people just running with it. Like it's the
Yeah,
hottest topic, but it's not a trend. It's something that really needs to be discussed, men and women.
facts. And it's not, and we got to stop treating adults like kids and start treating the kids like kids. Y'all
Fact.
so concerned with what's going on with pseudo and polite, but what's going on with their kids? You know what I mean? And that's not coming at them at their fatherhood or anything like that. It's about the kids overall in general, all kids. That's in
Fact.
this, all kids in this community that's affected by this shit.
Oh, and his daughters. Oh, I mean,
Oh, I appreciate that, Queen Southern Belle. Appreciate that. Thank you. I saw that comment. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing
so
that.
should her mother be worried about, like, should his wife be worried about her daughters now? Like, this shit is
Shit, I
crazy.
would. I
That's what
would. I would.
I'm saying.
I mean, cause really, it's not even fuck the social media and the celebrityism. I don't know why the fuck people were so concerned about affecting his celebrity. He ain't no celebrity to me. And when
He,
he get locked up, you gonna see that shit. Cause you carrying that R and that P word around you, it's gonna be some problems when you get in that pen.
yes.
They hear the R word and P word, they're not gonna be like, oh, you polite and woo woo woo. Nah, they're gonna be like, oh, he got that R word and the P word. It's gonna be a green light.
I mean,
Uh,
I bet his daughter is embarrassed, confused, mentally just a mess. Hearing her father did these egregious things, like, ugh.
It's a sick ordeal. It's a very sick ordeal, and I never fucked with him. I always thought it was something about him. Anybody that tried too hard to be some shit, it always end up failing. This is the reason why I wasn't sold by pseudo, because
Mm,
it's always like when you try too fucking hard, it's just always this something, man, where it's just like, nah, man, there's no authentic, no authentic personality coming from that person. You know what I mean? It's like they trying too hard to appease people. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like they trying to be a people, a crowd pleaser. You feel me? Versus just coming out being themselves. Because I don't think nobody go around walking talking like that all damn day, man. And on some real ass shit. If you that smart, you feel me? You wouldn't be caught up in all this dumb shit. You wouldn't be caught up with the R word or the P word.
But
That's
damn,
why.
are we
Oh,
that desperate though for a leader like that will just accept anybody? Like I
son,
ain't gonna lie, I was into the information. I was like, okay, I did learn some things, but
brother Jack, what's up with you, brother? Sweet Gemini, what's up with you?
oh, sweet Gemini salute.
Yeah, it's hard to see the chat. I want to chat like
I'm not
that.
even looking because my ass, I click off and I'll be out trying to get back in. And then this young Pharaoh situation, like I just feel like wow, I thought that was gonna be a young phenom. I thought, you know, this young man was about the knowledge, but now he talking about he gang and all this shit. What's going on? I thought the black woman was God. Can you? What's going on, Dawn?
I don't
What
know.
the hell?
I don't
Threatening?
know. I have no idea, man. This shit
Uh-uh.
this should be like a it'd be like a melanated soap opera, man. Just like a hood version that's just
Like a
un
telenova or whatever, however you say it in
yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah, it's just our version, just hella hood and hella unstructured. It
Mm,
just
mm,
we
mm.
just going off the cards and shit. We just doing it how the fuck we want to do it and shit.
But he's threatening to shoot this woman, like, cause it's a possibility she finna move on. So he can't handle it, and he don't want nobody around the kids, and he gonna shoot her. Like, what the hell? And who is his OG? Like, who is his mentor or the person he goes to for advice, the older person?
Man, well, they giving him wrong advice, man. If he got an OG, I don't know who was OG
He out
here.
of control. I'm disgusted, boy. I mean, like they say, you can't give you niggas money, boy. They just show out. Mm, it's a shame. It's a shame. I'm shocked. I mean, I knew he because I feel like he could have been a voice for young people if he would have stuck to the information. I think he done went Hollywood. The money then got to him. Um, I mean, what you
It's the
what, what
it's
you
it's
say?
the it's the fame, man. The fame. A lot of these cats change. Like they rhetoric don't even be the same no more.
Mm-mm.
Like a lot of people know Polite is pseudo as the black woman is God. Now they MBs and just Bs. They don't
Right.
even they don't even consider them women anymore. Probably
Oh
that's
yeah,
just
he
all it
called
is.
that woman so many bees. Um, talked about women who sell their bodies or strip or whatever, and I just heard the small clips, and I'm shocked. Like, I mean, he full blown just like I can't say coon, but he just full blown. I can't say Hollywood. What can I say?
Shit, Hollywood, cause
Yeah,
they
right.
hood, but they celebrities and shit.
You
And this
right.
might and this might be the actual problem is that this is what happens when you get hood motherfuckers money. You feel me?
Yeah,
They start acting like Polite. They start acting like pseudo. Although I'm a give it to them. They worked for their shit, but it was the community that pushed them. It
absolutely.
was the melanated community and that black woman God shit. You had sisters promoting your shit. They was
They
pushing your shit.
always
You
use
feel
the
me?
black woman. They always use the black woman for their cause. They all start off, in defense of the black one, and
Mm.
then end up just tearing the black woman down at the end, of all the shit. Like, oh my
But
god.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. No, I didn't see pseudo making a turn like that, man. So something catastrophic must have happened in that man's life to make him feel like the sisters ain't up
Word.
to the standards that they was when they were gods and shit. When the black woman was God, now they beneath that. So something must have happened. I'm not sure what happened. Like I said, I don't really follow the brother like that, and I'm not here to slander anybody. I'm just giving my input. This
He
is
needs
all
to
fair
be checked
use.
though. He needs to be checked. Somebody needs to put him in check. Like, you don't, and then don't come to social media because you a felon, first of all, ex-felon. I don't know if he off probation or parole. You flashing a weapon and you threatening. And then it's a domestic violence situation, a video of you or afterwards of you putting your hands on her. Like, he's setting himself up for a hard fall in my eyes. And he's still young.
I
I give
don't.
him that.
I don't know what it is with us in this internet, man. Why we want to rush to the internet, show our bags, show our weapons and shit, all this shit for
That's
what?
these
For
kids.
what? If you
Hmm.
this the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, Queen. This the thing. Real tough guys don't do all that shit. The tough guys that you guys think are tough ain't really tough. The ones that you wouldn't think is tough are tough. The tough
Hmm.
guys, they move in silence. They real quiet, but they'll air some shit out real quick. So don't let the silence fool you because the louder a motherfucker is usually means the more scarier they are, like a little
Fact.
mouse.
That's a
Hmm.
fact. I'm just so disappointed in young Pharaoh. I think he could have. But I think this is gonna hurt his brand or whatever he was trying to accomplish. I think this is gonna hinder it. because that's unacceptable. This is the mother of your children you got on a public platform. And I get it, kids, that's what they do. Like my generation, we didn't have it. I don't think computers was out in your generation, um, Dome,
Yeah. We had computers. Yeah. Can
but
can we
social media,
can can
like
give Queen one second. I just wanted to introduce Sister Donna. She joined the panel. First
salute
panel.
queen.
First panel ever.
No. Yeah,
Let
my
me
brother
hush.
Dome, he's
I'm gonna
with the
listen,
string
y'all.
yards. Oh, I think, Scorpion, I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of listening. But thank you. I'm glad that Dome got with the stream yards, and welcome everybody that's
Yeah,
coming into the chat. Thank you for everybody that's sharing my brother Dome out. We appreciate hugs and kisses to everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you,
It's
everybody,
about
for coming.
time.
I know I haven't been greeting everybody because I'm still like real used to this shit. And every time I press some shit, I get booted out my own stream because I was trying this shit earlier. And I want to give special thanks to Scorpio, you feel me? Because she the one that actually showed me how to do this shit
Shit,
step
you
by
showed
step.
me
So
some
she,
Hugs
stuff
to you,
too.
Scorpio.
so she a real one, man. The salute, man. This is my heart right here. She
Salute to you.
cool as fuck.
Salute to you.
Hell yeah.
Game is to be told, not sold.
It's all love. She's solid as fuck, man. So I'm still learning this shit, man. Still trying to finagle this shit around. But yeah, I appreciate everybody being here, man. But you right. I wanna get on that pseudo for a little bit. I knew the brother. I heard of the brother through other brothers and sisters throughout YouTube, and I always thought the brother was highly intelligent. So I didn't think he was no fool or stupid like that. So this is why I say I think something has snapped in pseudo. I think something is going on with Pharaoh, man. I think something, eternally, something in the brother's soul and his spirit. Maybe he feel betrayed, or maybe somebody did some shit. Because in the video it said he was getting fucked by the government, but then he said the community that helped him and pushed him was fucking him. So I just think the brother is broken right now. I think he's just going through some shit right now, and that's not an excuse to be wanting to kill your baby mama, bro. You know what I mean? That's your baby mama. You're supposed to love and cherish and protect her. You feel me? You brought a
Amen
kid
to
with
that.
her. You brought a
Amen to
kid in the,
that.
you brought a kid in this world with her.
Hmm.
You're supposed to protect her and shit, man.
Facts.
Discuss your shit, man. Talk your shit out, man. I know relationships, they hard. They never gonna be easy. But at the same time, if I was with a woman and she had my baby and we was going through all kinds of shit, I'm gonna try and talk to her. I'm going to talk to her because this is the mother of my child. So this is not just a woman that you messing with. This is the woman that carried your seed. You hear me? This is the woman that brought your seed onto into existence. So I don't know why you would want to kill her or shooter, whatever. And I know it could just be anger. I know you don't really mean that. You might not mean that. You know, it could be anger, but at the same time, people with all this craziness going you on in the world, you just can't play like that, man. You just can't joke like that. Do any of you sisters got something to add?
I like what you said, Dome. You respect. I mean, when it comes to your child's father, child's mother, whatever, it's not all about, well, you kissing up to them. It's just about respect. That person is your child's father, your child's mother, and for him to carry on like that, that's insane. And I hear what you're saying, that it could have
Hmm.
been out of anger. Anger, nothing. You gotta learn how to control your anger. You can't be
Hmm.
saying stuff like that. That's very serious. Very, very serious. Courtrooms get a hold of those statements.
Hmm.
You're done, sir.
And
That's
he
all I
said
have
he
to say.
didn't. Right. And he said he didn't care.
Yeah.
And I think they said he was in the bed with another woman. If I'm
Yes.
not.
I finally
Mm.
got a chance. Today's my day off, so I'm just like sitting there, doing my writing and going through the YouTube. And I was finally watching the video. It was another woman in the bed, right?
Mm. Oh, now come on. That's too much.
Yeah, way too much. This is
Mm.
insane. These people are nuts.
I'm
You
telling
know.
you.
And if I'm correct, didn't they say the girl, Beauty, whatever her name is, right? That her
Mhm.
parents was kind of like that. You can come back home, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think
So
she mentioned that.
so
Mhm.
she has the opportunity to go back home. You see, what bothers me, I think she's making fun of domestic violence because a lot of
Mm.
times women are stuck in these situations because you don't have nowhere else to go.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
she has somewhere to go. It might not be this big old lavish house that she's living in, but at least you're
Mhm.
away from the madness. So mm,
Mhm.
you
I
know,
would have took my babies. I would have left. I mean, 'cause
exactly.
she from way over here and she way over there. No. He's abusive mentally, emotionally,
Hmm.
physically, and who Lord knows whatever else. But
Well
you're
said.
right.
Yeah, you're gone. And she has the opportunity. It might not be the greatest place that, what she has right now, but the kids is little. You got yourself a 5-year plan, get yourself together, and then
Yep.
you'll have a better place than to be around that. So, that's just
Because it's
something
not
I,
healthy for the babies to be going through that,
not
hearing
at
that.
all.
It's
Not at all.
insane.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's insane. So hopefully she doesn't become a statistic, but it seems like if she is trying to move on, um, just being older, she needs to get away because she'll just be inviting trouble to another person, you
That's true.
know.
That's
So
true.
'cause I've been in a domestic violence situation, and it's no joke. And if
It
you
really
can get
isn't.
out with everything attached to you, you need to run and don't look back.
And usually when people do stay, it's because they don't have nowhere to go. These
Yeah,
monsters, and this is vice versa, ladies and gentlemen, because I know y'all men go through some stuff with women too. So I'm not
yes,
saying
indeed.
women don't be putting their hands on you, but usually, people stuck in these situations, they don't have nowhere to go because these trifling ass monsters, excuse my language, don't these trifling people over here, they isolate you and they take you away from your family and your friends, so you
Hmm.
don't have nobody but them.
Sister
Oh,
Donna, you ain't got to apologize for shit, man.
we fin-
You know that
Look,
shit.
you
Talk
giving
how
she's giving
you know how I
wisdom.
talk over here, man. I'll be getting
Yeah,
loose over here, man. You get hyphy over here. It's good. Say what y'all feel. Go ahead. I'm listening. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
this is wisdom.
Okay. But yeah, they,
Seriously.
they isolate you, I would say. Love you don't. Like I said, they isolate you so you don't really have nowhere to go. And who do you go to? And they'll take away all your money. But
Hmm.
this young lady got a family, said, come on over. Enough is enough. Be it. They might have warned her from the beginning when she was dating. And another red flag. Oh my God, I can go in about this. Didn't she say that he beat the crap out of his other baby's mother in front of her?
Yes, yes,
How Scorpio,
yes.
help me to understand. How the hell do you go back with that man in that house and lay in his bed after seeing that?
Uh-uh.
There is just no way that's happening. I would look at you like you done lost your mind, and I'm getting the hell out of there. Because if you could do that, I'm next. See, it's just a lot of things I question. That's just all I have to
And
say.
they so young. They don't have no clue of the direction they heading in. Both of them.
Facts, facts.
And them kids gonna suffer, and a lot of this is from experience, life experience, and just seeing it with my own eyes with other people going through it, and it's not good. It's no coming back from this in my eyes for her. Like, she needs to get her babies and just go home.
Yeah,
Make
just
Get
go.
her, yeah, get your education
Mm-hmm.
and raise your babies.
That's it. Just go. You have somewhere to go to. It might not be the greatest and stuff, but I think it's better than being over here with this man over here threatening you, swinging some pistol and threatening to do this and
Hmm.
do that to you. I think going back home is a little bit better. That's just, I mean, it's three sides every story. I'm not living in her shoes. I'm just going by possibility, common sense, or whatever. But she needs to
Yeah.
get on out of there. She crying all this wolf and saying blah blah blah. He did this, calling cops and everything. And just like brother Jack that's in the chat, we sitting there talking about it, and we was all upset because the domestic violence. And come to find out, next thing you know, what you call it's in his house, in her house, and they in the
Right. They
bathroom,
have slept
in the bath.
together again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the
And
bathroom.
he
Hmm.
set her up. He set her
Exactly.
up.
Oh,
So
she
she
sure
lost
did.
Yeah, she lost her leverage right
Yeah,
there.
Sisters, I want to
well
interrupt right
said.
quick.
Oh,
Brother Jack, Step, any brothers want to come on the panel, man? I don't know if the link is still out there. Just let me know if you need the link. Can hop on up, give your opinion.
Let me.
yeah, that would be good to get another man's opinion, like, um, but for the little young woman,
Hmm.
she needs to worry about them babies
Yeah.
at this point.
This man is back in your house. You supposed to be scared of him. He's in
Mm,
your house. There's no witness, nobody around. Didn't come with the police or nothing. And y'all two in the bathroom?
right.
See, that's making fun of domestic violence. That's just my opinion.
Yes.
And then I'm going to also say something. Somebody did some commentary and they said this statement. I'm not going to say the person's name because I don't like to get all into that kind of stuff. They have the right to say whatever they want to say, but it was a little bit strange. They said, well, you have to understand, you never had an argument, fight, whatever with your boyfriend, and all of a sudden you have sex. I said, and I'm like, you saying that's okay. Hold a second. Usually when that happens, after your man beat the crap out of you, if it does happen, it's called rape or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Because you was forced to, because you was scared to death. Like I said, you're isolated. You didn't have nowhere else to go. So you're just trying to calm his nerves. So you're gonna have sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're not calling him over to have sex. Get out of here. That's the most stupidest statement I ever heard. I couldn't believe that crap. You guys are gonna say
Especially
that.
a person who never been through it, you know, don't understand. It's very serious. It's very serious. And women, you know, suffer every day from it. And for her and it was real quick, like within a few days or a week that they
Yes.
ended, like, come on, it's dysfunction on both ends. Like,
It was just a few days, and that was it. Like I was on Jack's live, we was talking about it. We was like, we done. You just put basically egg on our face, sitting here
right,
supporting the young lady. This mess up to my domestic violence. Here. Then next thing you know, she and them two in the bathroom. You kidding me?
wow. He didn't even have enough respect for her. He don't
Yeah.
have respect for her
Hmm.
anymore.
He didn't have to
Mm.
come in. Scorpio. He didn't come with no flowers, no care, nothing.
Right.
Just came in here with the wood and said, "Let's go in the bathroom," and
In the
that's it.
video. That's all he had. Ain't
He's
that
set up.
something?
I
If
don't
that
mean
was
to
my
laugh, y'all,
daughter,
but
Lord, we would still be on the phone if that was my child. No,
oh,
ma'am.
I'll be on the next plane smoking over there grabbing my daughter if I had a daughter. So you done lost your mind. Well, first of all, I ain't, I'll be talking tough from the beginning. You ain't dealing with these type of dudes.
Right.
Mm-mm. Yeah, this this
But
this
then
not it.
for her to try to get in another relationship, that's very dangerous. Like, he's unstable. So why would you try to flaunt another man in front of him?
Hmm.
I wouldn't do it. I would just get my babies and go. It's just time to go.
Yeah, because you putting that other person, in
In
jeopardy of their
danger.
lives.
Right. And they
That
probably don't have a clue what's going on.
yeah, isn't that said?
Mm.
Don't even know what you walking yourself into.
A lot of men get killed like that. A
A
lot of
lot.
men.
That is facts. You're right. A lot. That's why you have to know in the dating, do you got some crazy ex girlfriend out there in the bushes? Just let me
Right.
know.
That's the
Order
truth.
protection. Yeah.
Right.
Because they see
Men
you with
and women. Y'all better
yeah,
ask,
yeah,
because
vice versa.
women be losing it too.
Oh, you think not? I hate to say it, y'all, man, but when us women we get crazy, we can get real crazy.
Oh my God. I didn't have my crazy days. Lord, thank you, Lord. I'm over them. But Lord, I don't, I mean, it's a, I'm a work in progress, but it's a learning curve. Especially a breakup and another man is flaunting a woman in your face. Like, that's cruel to me.
Ooh, that's low. Yes, that's
Men,
low.
men get over stuff quick, but women, we still be emotionally
Yes, we do.
attached. I mean, I went in a movie theater, a filled up, sold out movie theater, talking mess because I'm in my feelings. See, no,
Uh-oh.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was younger, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying. But when it's kids involved, it's a different ball game. Like, you have
Exactly.
to put them first before anything. So
Yep. It's your children comes first. That's facts. And then you have to
Mhm.
set the right example. You got all this toxicity around your children. What they're going to do? Either what's going to happen is your kids are going to grow up either being abused or codependent, or they're going to turn around and be the abuser, one or the
Mhm.
other. Because they
Yeah.
see it and they didn't see that, okay, well, daddy was beating mommy and mommy got fed up and left. So they'll think, like, well, that's wrong to do. That's why mommy left. I won't do it to woman. But if mommy's like staying around, the daughters will grow up and be thinking, well, it must be okay
It's
because mommy
okay.
never left. Why should I
Mhm.
leave him? And then the mother say something, they'll say, well, you didn't leave dad. Ooh, what you gonna
What
do
can you
now?
say?
What can
Right.
you say?
Yeah.
What can you say? You be standing like,
Exactly. Exactly. And then the times have changed, so everything is on social media. And
Yes.
like me and my daughter had a conversation,
Mhm.
because she made a post, and I'm like, why did you put that on here? It's my truth. It's my feelings. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. I have to remember it's a different time. Like
Mhm.
these kids, they go to social media, and this stuff is there for the forever. So
Everything. What happened back in the days with the diary? You get upset, you get your dear diary, and you start writing. Now they just
right,
going on social media, Instagram, going live, blah 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 blah. I'm like, do you
Well,
know what you're
well, some
saying?
people, well, Sister Donna, some people using YouTube as like their diary.
true.
Some
That's
people get
true.
on here to get their frustrations off. It's people with kids on here, married.
Mhm.
Maybe their marriage is crumbling or not doing so well, so they hop on here and have fun and get in somebody's yard and
Mhm.
chuckle a little bit, get a couple of LOLs. Man, a lot of people use this shit to get away. Some people use this shit for a job. A lot of people just adapting to the times. They're not using a paper and a pencil and shit like they used to do like in the
That's
'90s and
a
shit.
fact.
Even when you even in the studio and shit, people using the phones and shit now. I remember you got your pad,
True.
you got your pencil. You remember them days. I know
Yeah.
you.
Right,
I know you
right.
remember that, Scorpio. You remember when motherfuckers was
Yeah,
wanted to rap, go to the studio. You got your pad and all that. We don't do that
right.
shit. You just write your shit in the phone now. You
Mhm.
know. So it's just a different time. It's like the same shit. You deal with the same struggles. Marriage, I think we can all agree. I don't know if anybody ever on the panel or anybody in the chat ever was married, divorced, any of that. You don't. Nobody has to disclose that shit. But we all can agree because my mom is divorced. We all can agree that marriage is hard. That's not easy, you
That's a
know.
fact.
So
True.
people outlet changes their coping changes over time. Before it used to be, old timers used to, get, have their dinner with a cup of wine, a little glass of wine or some shit, you know,
Mhm.
Exactly what
that,
happened.
and now it's like, let's get on the yard and we gonna get hyphy. We gonna function on this motherfucker. we can, you see a lot of older people in here. That's not ageism or not coming at anybody for the age or anything or saying there's an age limit for the shit. What I'm saying is the times changed. These times changing, we just changed with it. We just adapt with it. We cope differently. Back when the old days when people used to get hot and get mad, they used to step out. You know what I mean? Step outside. Now people just yell and they scream. They do all kinds of immature shit. So the thing
Yeah.
we're dealing with the same shit. People are just expressing themselves differently and doing shit differently to cope with the situation in life and shit. Like now, instead of breaking up with your woman or your man in person, because it was only one way back in the '90s.
Right.
Now people are doing it through text. So now it's like, oh, I don't like you no more. I want to
Oh,
break up with,
that's the text
you know?
breakup. You right.
They
Let
Right.
don't
me
even
So
email
hear your
him.
voice.
exactly.
They
So it's
don't even
just
hear
like
your voice.
we're adapting, but we're going through the same shit. Kids used to get disciplined when I was coming up. It was like which switch, what belt did you want on your ass cheeks? Now it's like, uh, what corner you want to be timed out? Do little Timothy want to be in timeout and look in the corner? You know what I mean? The cracks in the wall for 15 minutes. It's
Or
different,
check their
but it's
phone. That's the end of the world to them. Or the
right.
game.
Take that
That's
game
worse
away
than a
from them.
weapon.
They done.
Yep,
They done.
that's it. They going crazy. They be like, oh no, their life is over.
Right. They'll get it together real quick to get that phone or that game. Telling you.
Hmm.
I know one thing, socializing, like a lot of these kids, like you physically had to go outside to make friends. Now these kids don't go outside, so they don't have the socialization skills that we had. Like we had to make up games, like um even if you didn't have the toys, you will make up a game, a relay race or red light, green light, or some
True.
stuff like that. But you know, you learn how to conflict resolution, you know, friendship, team player, just all the skills that we learn naturally. These kids, they don't get it. They don't go outside. Like we didn't even want to go in the house. We had to be in at a certain time. I was like, oh my God, dreading going in the house. But now I couldn't get
Yep.
my kids out the house.
Yeah, you're right. Dreading to go back in the house. Yep. Cause back now it's like they just in they back in the day said get up, watch your cartoons, get something to
Hmm.
drink, and you run outside. As soon as that cartoon is
Yeah.
over, you outside.
And,
Now it's like I'm good. I got the computer. I'm good. I
right.
got PlayStation.
Exactly. So they don't socialize. Like they can't approach a girl or, ask for a phone number or whatever. They don't have a clue how to do that, a lot of them. They have the online teaching. So like you don't really socialize other than social media, should I. But these adults on here, they don't know how to be team players and play nice and all that. They can't do it. So yeah.
I'm looking at
Miss
everything too.
Miss Donna,
Mhm.
asking you because you're a lady, and then I'll ask Dom. Now,
Okay.
Lizzo was an inspiration for a lot of voluptuous women,
Mhm.
and I thought she was the greatest thing because she was so confident. Like I loved her confidence. I still love it, but she had a breakdown because of all the bullying. How do you feel about that?
Mhm. Okay. I never really followed her too much. It was something that came. I never really heard of her, tell you the truth. But something happened that was on social media. Everybody was trending and talking about it. So that's how I
Hmm.
found out. But I forgot what it was. Something
Me
she
too.
did. Yeah, same thing, right? But let's remember. You remember how Monique years ago she's praising being big is beautiful and all of that, right?
Mhm.
She was
Mhm.
having those little contests, beauty overweight contests. I don't know whatever you want to call it, right?
Mhm.
And it's just my whole thing is you got money. She has lots of money. If you ain't happy that way, you can change it. You walking around here flaunting. It's just I don't know. I don't know how to explain, but it's just a little confusing with me. You walking around
Mhm.
here like big is beautiful, blah 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 blah, shake it, shake it, shake
Right.
it. Then all of a sudden now you're crying about it. I don't
What
know.
happened?
I
Yeah.
just don't I just don't understand how you be rich and big. That's just all. Unless you have some sort of health, physical issues, I understand. But if you ain't that, girl, you can go on over here on Weight Watchers. What's those the commercial be the poster girl
Right.
and get paid out of your butt another couple of more millions.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. But she's not as strong as she thought she was, though, because even if you a bigger woman, like
mhm.
she was going out with her butt hanging out with the thong on and all this stuff. And I thought her confidence, I just loved it. But to see that but then I was talking to my daughter and she was like, Mom, she has hundreds, thousands of people attacking her, body shaming her, this and that on a daily basis. I'm like,
Uh,
well, she signed up for it. Like,
yeah, you're right. She did sign up for it. You
Well,
know,
these
just
generation gaps, boy, they just think totally different from how
and
we
don't they
think.
have they got promoters, I mean your manager, don't they tell you what you should do, what you're not supposed to do, your image consultant? Who isn't there
Yeah,
somebody that talks to you that's professionals? This is what they get paid for. They tell you, oh, I don't think you should do that commercial for Heineken beer. Stick to Budweiser because Heineken
yeah.
has a reputation and that might I'm just using for example, that might mess you up with your brand. So just do Budweiser or whatever. So
Mhm.
they tell you, so nobody's telling her around there like, yo, take it down a notch. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Because
it was a
people's gonna
little
come
over the
at you.
top. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was over the
I,
top a little bit, but I mean, not a little. It was over the top. But the thing is, no matter how strong you think you are, people gonna tear you down. But it's young girls that was looking up to her, you know, thinking that. I mean, even a smaller woman, I don't think you should walk around with your butt hanging out like some chaps. I don't
Yes,
think you should
I
do
don't
I
it.
care
was
what
I
what
was about to say
age,
that too.
what
I didn't mean
what
to
weight.
cut y'all off, sisters. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a curvier woman. I think for me, it's just what type of curves you have. Did you get it from being in the gym and eating correctly? I think that's my thing
Mhm.
about it. It's nothing wrong with curves. Nothing wrong with a slim woman. Nothing wrong with that. I just think at the end of the day, it's about health. Are you getting the
Exactly.
walk? Are you getting your walks? You getting your veggies in?
Mhm.
All that shit. Because
Mhm.
it's a lot of us can't control that shit because we all have different genetics. Our
Fact.
history has different genetics.
Same here. I'll
There's
always
people.
have a Betty Boop body. I got my
There's always
grandmother's.
there's always people that might come. There's people that come from skinny parents who are chubby, chunkier. People that come from chunky parents who are skinny, real skinny.
And not to
You
mention
know
the
what
food, processed
I mean?
food, blowing
Hmm.
Ooh,
everything.
the processed food is a killer. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, it's wreaking havoc on our communities. Even noodles. Remember, top ramen used to be 5 cent a piece.
Oh gosh, that's a killer too, but he's so good. But
I
yeah,
know. They're like 50 cent
I'm
a
not
pack
gonna lie to
now.
y'all. That is so good.
Oh
That
my
shit
God.
was hella good, man. When I was coming up, man, we had noodles all the time. That and like hot dogs and
I like
shit.
the beef.
Cause we couldn't afford a lot of shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So you feeding the
Yeah.
family and shit. So
Mac and
we
cheese,
always had noodles and
10
shit.
cent a mm-hmm.
But then you realize how bad that shit is
I'm
for you.
telling you,
You start looking. I'm like, damn, the calories and the sodium in that motherfucker. God
all the
damn.
salt to kill it. I
But my
can't even
my sons love
Hmm.
those oodles and noodles thing, but I get the ones at the Korean market. They're more, I
mm-hmm.
guess, a little bit more fancier, but they still bad for you. And they just be
Yeah.
tearing it up, and I be like, I just can't. I do once
Now
in a while, but they slim. They, lucky them. Huh.
Metabolism, man. They lucky, man.
Oh
Young
yeah,
asses.
but the
whew.
You,
sodium was off the because I don't eat them as much. Well, when I was younger, they was the best things to me. But I can't put a whole pack of the seasoning because it's so salty. It really
mm.
is when you put the whole pack in there.
um,
Oh man.
Scorpio. I was thought I was, being good at work. I was like, yeah, I'm having my little healthy salad. So I'm buying that little crap at the one of the supermarket, with the dole with the little chicken and
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
lettuce, right?
yeah. Uh huh.
My coworker came up to me, was like, "That's what you having?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Let me just read this." And she turned around and looked at it. She said, "Do you know you're killing yourself? Might as well have a cheeseburger, French fries. This stuff is loaded. So all of these things you be thinking
What?
might be, the little dough ones. So I just stick to the
I
Trader
didn't
Joe's
even know
salads.
that. I didn't
Hmm
even know that. Wow.
Something that meat, because I did notice that the chicken, it tastes a little,
Salty.
yeah, salty. So it's like with
Mm-hmm.
that, the cheese. So I stopped with but I'm talking about the little round
Uh-huh.
containers.
I get them too. A
Yep.
quick little snack or
hmm
whatever.
And
But
I'm
the
thinking I'm doing
mm,
good. Nah, nah. I just stick to. I don't know if you have a Trader Joe. Do y'all have Trader Joe's out there where you at
yeah.
in Cali?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh. We
Trader.
have them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Trader Joe's is phenomenal with the salads. They nice and healthy. Have a variety and they not so expensive and fill you up. So I just stick to that and take to work.
So if you
Uh,
guys you see this on the banner, you see what Brother Jack put: good curves, bad curves. I think that's what I was trying
And look at his
to
muscles bulging out the avatar.
say. He flexing. He flexing.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. My ex was a gym rat. Oh, my God. The
Mm.
lean chicken, the lean, that Lord.
Oh yeah, he was a gym rat. Yeah, that's what they
Oh,
do. Yeah.
yes, indeed. They don't play. Oh, my, I know they be having a fit seeing obese people. I know they do. They be working hard to maintain, and proud.
I
Oh,
can't
but
stop laughing.
I'm just saying, it's like Lord have mercy.
Oh
But
Lord.
it's just how you live and eat and stuff,
Mm.
and genetics. It's really genetics.
And you're right, cause like I said, I got a Betty Boop body, and I'm gonna always have it. Got my grandmother's curves, hip, butt, thighs,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. And if I did try to be skinny, I would look sick. It'll look like,
Oh,
what's
Luther
wrong with you?
Vandross and Oprah, right? I
Yeah.
don't know,
So.
like when they were small. My grandmother, on my dad's side, voluptuous big women. I mean, it's nothing. It's in the genetics, and then my cousins and even other relatives. It just happens. It's in the genes. That's all it is. But yeah, I have to go pick my son up from school. It's been so real. If y'all still on, I'ma hop on and chop it up with y'all.
It was fun chatting with you, Scorpio.
I'm
Fun
waiting for
Scorpio,
chatting.
your show
appreciate
too,
you.
Miss Donna.
Uh oh,
I'm waiting.
uh
Yeah, I said I got to hop in there. I got
oh.
to hop in there.
I enjoyed the other day hanging out at your place. That was fun, listening to the vibes, the good music. Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a mess. Cause I'm up here turning the music up. It's already up. I didn't even know. I'm turning it up, and it's just a mess. So
Oh,
I enjoyed y'all. But thank you so much for having me on.
I
And
appreciate you, Queen, like to death. Like you really you came through with that, man. Cause like I said, I didn't know how to do any of this shit. So this shit,
same here. You taught me something, and I appreciate you. And you too, Miss Donna. I just love the vibes over here, Dom. I wish you nothing but
hugs to you. Hugs to you,
suc-
sis.
success, and you as well. It's been really real, y'all. So I got to get on
right.
my job and be the taxi cab of the family, pick up and drop off. Lord,
What's this? The soccer mom? Yeah, huh?
oh Lord, I have one still in school, and then I have to pick my granddaughter up and
Oh,
all this
God
stuff.
bless.
So it never ends. But thank you so much. I'll hop on if you still here when I come back.
Oh yeah, yeah. I might be on. I don't know. It depends. It just depends on what I gotta do in a minute. But right now we good. I'm gonna rock for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, vibe out. But good topics, though. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you. Thank you very
Later,
much.
Okay,
lady.
peace.
So now, Dome, you got the StreamYard thing, so we're gonna get some more of these lives, right?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, man. I hope so.
Okay, okay,
I'm
all
still
right.
trying to figure shit out, man. I keep booting myself out. Shit. I was like, ah, man.
Yeah, it's just not too hard to figure. I'm still, I'm not even the person to say because sometimes I still get lost. But it's a good feature. The StreamYards is good. It's good to use. You can
Oh,
put the
definitely.
comments up and everything, so it's pretty cool.
And I love hearing everybody's perspective and point of
Mhm.
views, and
Mhm.
especially the sisters, man. You know, you get to hear the sisters' point of view, man. Hopefully, we can get some brothers up here. They can give they point of view.
That's true.
Honesty is good here. It's the only policy here. I think it's great when
Mhm.
people can say what they want to say. You feel me? And
Yep.
not feel anything about it. Because I really want to know what people think about certain shit. So when I post certain shit up
Uh
on my
huh.
channel, I
Mhm.
want people to really, give me your honest opinion on what you feel, on the content.
I agree.
Give me give me what you thinking and how you feel about that. Because the whole purpose of me when I make mine is you're getting my opinion just based on that. So if I make anything
Mhm.
on my channel and content wise, that's my opinion, not stating facts or anything because I don't pull out graphs or any of that shit. I just give what I see and what I feel and what I think should be happening, but then I also give what's happening. So it's a combination of a lot of things, the content aspect.
True. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because you want to hear other people's feedbacks, and I can respect that. That's why I love to hear about, the men's point of view, the women, both. So my channel is about men and women, not just, because some people have channels, they're straight up men, they're straight up women. Oh boy.
Mhm.
I mean, well, each own.
Yeah,
Let me not tell how to run their channel. That's what they want, but I like to hear
yeah.
both.
I just think that my channel more sisters just happen to be on it probably because of the content was probably geared more towards
Mhm.
them. So maybe a lot of brothers might feel like, oh, I don't want to. They might think the content may be simple, so whatever the fucking case may be. But I don't really give a fuck about any of that. I mean, I'm gonna continue to do what the fuck I do, man. But what I'm
Right.
saying is, um, I don't have no hatred towards women, and I don't have no hatred towards men. I didn't grow up mentally abused. I grew up in the hood and normal hood shit. I know we experienced a lot of different shit in the hood, but my main thing was just poverty, and it was just trying to get the fuck out and trying to keep food in my house and doing what the fuck I can at the age I was to, you know what I mean, just so we can have food in the house. Cause I see my mom struggling with bills and shit. That's the type of shit that I was dealing with. I know
Mhm.
a
Mhm.
lot of people that um come on YouTube and come on to social media and shit. They have so many mental and spiritual scars and shit. You feel me? And a
True.
lot of people cover up their mental and spiritual scars with laughter or
Mhm.
certain kind of just weirdo ass content and shit, but
Mhm.
they hurting inside
You
because it's a
you
lot.
you
Oh, go
notice
ahead,
that?
sis.
No, no, no. I'm just saying what you say. You're right. You
Oh no.
notice that. You notice that. Go on. Mhm.
Yeah, and for me it was like, yeah, no, I didn't have no the greatest fucking life, man, but I'm not gonna sit here and say fuck I was in trash cans and shit looking for food. It wasn't nothing like that. I mean, I got booted out the house at 15, 16 years old, and
Oh
I
wow.
stayed with my auntie and shit. But it was, it was mainly me. I can man up for my shit. I
Mhm.
understand. I had a real anger problem and defiance problem, discipline problem when I was coming up. So I was getting into a lot of shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to school, and this is my teenage. So if
Mhm.
anybody's out concerned about that, hey, this is my teenage, and
Mhm.
I was fucking up. So I understood the shit that was happening to me. It was happening to me because I was controlling it. I was making that shit happen, but it wasn't like a lot of other YouTubers. My story isn't like fuck. I've been abused my entire fucking life and shit like that.
Okay.
But the only way I can actually understand a brother or a sister's perspective coming from that is me um just sympathizing with them or empathizing with them and putting myself in their shoes, listening to them and understanding them. Because I experienced some shit, but it's some shit that I would never that I've never experienced before that somebody on here may have experienced that I can learn from. Because
Wow.
I noticed one thing that Pharaoh was saying, and he was saying how he can't trust nobody and all this shit, how his life was when he was young and all this shit. I didn't have no life like that. I mean, it was rough because I had, the gang banging and all that shit, that element and shit. So it was a lot of gangster shit, but I didn't have family turning on me like that, like how he was explaining and shit. So I feel bad for him in that sense because that shit does turn people into monsters and shit. And women that do get abused, who get hands put on them and shit, they do. turning into these B's and all these MBs that a lot of us don't like in a woman when they become a woman because it happened to them when they were early in their earlier life, the earlier stages in their life, probably teenage or some shit, maybe even younger. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean?
That's true.
So I'm always gonna advocate against, that pedo shit, that R shit. I don't like that shit. I hate that shit. I think motherfuckers that do shit like that should be under the jail, be in the grave. I get the shovel. I help dig that shit for you, man. That I don't fuck with that
Exactly.
shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I got
I hear
look,
you.
look.
Mhm.
I got young people in my family, man. I got young people in my family, and I got a lot of female cousins and shit. You feel me? I don't want that shit around my shit, man. I'm always gonna feel some. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm always gonna feel some type of motherfucking way. I'm always gonna feel some way. I'm gonna be like, why you got this motherfucker around my family and shit like that? I'm gonna feel exactly like that. So it ain't nothing that anybody could tell me. I don't give a fuck if the world says you're rehabilitated. You can't come back from that shit. That shows me you as a grown person, an adult, a man or a woman, that you don't know how to be a fucking adult. You don't know how to control your goddamn private parts. And then what the fuck you doing with them? Undisciplined. A lot of motherfuckers on this shit. Undisciplined.
That's true. Well said.
Undisciplined, man. Peace to everybody coming in. I want to say shalom to everybody coming in. I see y'all. Peace to everybody. Shalom, shalom. I know I'll be missing y'all. Post y'all up. Get you on the panel. I just learned how to do that, y'all. So work with me. you know, I'm learning. I'm learning. But yes, peace to everybody. And
Yeah. Welcome
it's
everybody in the chat. Welcome for coming in.
and I totally understand, man. If people, feel, I know it's a lot of sisters that feel a certain way about the subject, and that's why I'm probably gonna change. Like I said before, I'm gonna change the title because it's not really about Polite, but what
Mhm.
Polite did, and even Pseudo, he sparked, they sparked conversations that need to be had in the community. Definitely.
Mhm.
Because I have a lot of young family, a lot of young cousins and shit.
Mhm.
And a lot of, young cousins coming into puberty and all that shit. I don't want predators around that shit, man. I think when people I think when sisters are describing men or brothers, however you want to put it, when they're describing how men act on the outside, they're acting like that. If they're acting like that towards adults and shit, and you might get little comments like, damn, shit like that. Cause I've did that shit a few times. Like, damn, she had a very nice behind. She had a beautiful behind. See how I caught myself? All the sisters in the chat said behind, not ass and booty and shit. I said, damn. But it was a
Mhm.
grown adult woman. Probably was older than me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's something that's just in a man's nature. What's not in a man's nature is touching little kids or
Exactly.
wording little kids. That there's you can't how do you can't even come back from that shit.
And let's talk about the ladies. You got these school teachers messing with these little young boys. How the heck do you go to school, get all this education, all these degrees, and you over here trying to sleep with your middle school student? These people are sick. What do you see in a child? Hmm.
Yeah, talk to them. Tell them about it. I mean, from
Yeah,
woman's perspective, how do you feel about that?
yeah, that's
Like,
sick. I would just die if I know my son was telling me having an affair with the teacher. Are you kidding me? What is this grown woman? But see, they don't say much because it's a woman. Like what was oh gosh, what's the name of that case? That was the big thing on the news. Mary something, and she was a teacher, and she messed with a middle school kid, and then left her husband, had a baby, went to jail. The judge was like, "Okay, I'll let you out, but just stay away from him." Soon as she gets out, they banging in the back seat of the car. She gets pregnant again. Now, if the tables would have turned, if it was the man with a young girl, he would have never got out of jail. She's sick.
Facts. Facts.
Just as bad. What was she messing with this middle school kid? She's married with children, her family. She destroyed everything she had. I think she just recently died of cancer, I think, or whatever. For what? This is sick. But when it's a woman, it's a little bit different. People don't really, get all serious because they truly let her out. They let her out. As soon as she got out, she went straight up there and found that little young boy. What is their name? Somebody could put in the chat. Does anybody remember the name? Mary Fusi D. I forgot her name. Do you know who I'm talking about, Dome? White lady, blonde hair.
No, I mean it's so many
I know,
stories.
right?
I can't keep
I know.
up.
Never, never
You should
mind.
definitely do a video on that and gang me up. Definitely gang me up.
Okay,
Cause
well, you know what?
it's
I'll do something on it. Why not? I'll do a brief thing and talk about it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the idea. I'll bring it up because it's always about the men. Mary, there go my Jack. Mary Kay Laturo. I hope I'm saying it right.
mm,
Mary
I don't
Kay
even know how
Laturo.
to I don't even know how to spell that last one.
Yeah,
Shit, I'm gonna need help with that one.
I be, I be so lost in my life sometimes. Thank you, Jack, be coming to the rescue. But yeah, Mary Kay Laturo. Yeah, I'm gonna think I'll talk about that trifling woman.
Oh, okay, Jack got it. Jack. Okay, let me post that.
Mhm.
All right, good looking, Jack, man. Brother Jack on it, man. Good
you know,
job.
mhm. That woman is trifling, nasty woman. They made a
I
movie off it. It should be, one of those TV shows or something. Mike could look it up on Dome on YouTube. Mike could see it for free on YouTube.
I'll check that out. I
Hmm.
I never understood the psychology. I was just thinking about the psychology of predators.
Hmm.
Like what would make you prey on the young like that? I mean, you a grown person. You would think you would want somebody your age. Or something mentally happened to you.
Yeah. I understand some people like a little older, Dome, a little younger. But when you start going like a person could be your child and they minors and stuff like that, nah, that's like I even feel uncomfortable. And I always says, if a guy who's like about 21 or maybe like almost 25, and he's like, oh, she's 18, she legal. Why do you stress that? So I kind of look at red flag in my mind. If 12 was legal, you probably go for it, right? Why do you keep saying that? Oh, she
I
she
be
legal.
I be seeing a lot of scary shit on here, man. Like I be seeing a lot of comments and shit that would be scarier. It's like it's in our community. It'd be like dudes like, oh, I can't wait till she 18, bro. Like, why the fuck would you? It's still a little fucking kid, dude. It's still a kid. It's still a kid. Like they mentally still a kid. The age is still a little kid to me.
You
I
see
don't
what Jack put in there? They are still they are not developed and they're still peeing in the bed. What the heck do you want with somebody like that?
facts.
Hmm. Can't even hold a conversation with you. It's sick. It's something wrong with their brain. Dome, it's something wrong with them. I don't care what kind of therapy where they could go to, whatever. It's embedded in them. They just need to be just off of the earth, just gone. Keep them away from children. Just lock them up in their own place because they just dangerous. And these
Yeah,
women out here need to be careful when you're dating single ladies out here, single mothers. When you're dating, there is a lot of men out here, especially sociopathic men. They will come into your life and charm the hell out of you. Come in your house, put some shelves up, paint, Mr. Handyman and stuff, giving you the wood at night. Next thing you know, want to move in, but you thinking they want you? They want your little girl. They trying to get
tell
to your daughter or your son. You know what I
tell
mean?
them.
Because boys too. So ladies need to be realizing and checked because you could be bringing these monsters in your house. The guy just bring a little nice and doing this and doing that. Next thing you know, Dome, they moving these guys in. I don't understand. How do you know a man for a couple of months and he's already living in your house? He ain't have a place. Ain't that a red flag to you? But they move him in. And these people sit there, kill their kids, raping their kids, and doing all kind of stuff. These predators out here, they watching. They'll come up to you, even in the church. They'll see you in the church. You got these predators who come in the church and see you, a single mother, got your 3 kids. Oh, I admire you. You always come to church with your kids. They so well behaved. You such a good woman. Thank you. I don't know how he could leave somebody like you. I would never do that to you. She all gullible and stuff, feeling all good. And it's all game. Because he plotting. He have an agenda. Not everybody come into your life with a good heart. They have an agenda. And next thing you know, she all gullible and stupid and stuff. I'm sorry, I don't mean to come off like, but hey, I'm just called like that. 3 months later, he all up in the house. And then you don't understand why your kids is all upset and they going through this. And next thing you know, your child might come up to you when they 25 years old. Remember that guy you had up in the house? He touched me. What? hmm Probably try to tell you. Some kids out here will try to tell their parents, but the parents don't want to say nothing, don't. You know what I mean? They'll tell the kid to shut up. I'm happy. But that's a whole nother story. Damn, let me calm down. I'm getting upset. Yeah.
You was dropping it. You was dropping them flames, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna let it go.
Can't stand
Shit,
it.
that was the truth. That was
Mhm.
the truth because when you hear about a lot of these cases, it
Mhm.
was like even you could use polite situation.
Mhm.
I'm not too familiar with a lot of the shit he's going on with him, but
Uh huh.
what I did gather is that he gets a lot of young. He has a young wife, and he's talking to one of his woman's daughters or some shit like that. Isn't that the girl
Yeah.
that was in the club? That was her daughter, right?
Right. That was her daughter. Mhm.
So situations like that seem to occur a lot. That's pretty much the basis. It's always a single parent that may have housed a man that I don't know didn't have a place to go or whatever. Um, and then he ends up touching the children and having inappropriate uh,
Yes.
contact with the children, and it's so unfortunate, man. Because our kids just are our kids. They don't even have a chance. It's like we're not even
They
giving the
don't.
kids a chance.
They babies. They don't. You're right.
hmm They don't even have a chance. Like they doomed
Mhm.
from the start. Like we can't expect that to happen and then expect us to have these great mentally stable adults. That's just not gonna
Mhm.
happen. You know what I mean? That's not gonna happen, man. It rarely happens. There are people, that have shit that happened to them, very traumatic, and
Mhm.
become very, what we call, quote unquote, what America or the world will call normal. Because to
Right.
me, to me, I don't know what the norm is these days. I couldn't even really tell you what the norm is these days. You see so much crazy shit. I don't know what the norm is these days. What's considered normal, you know what I mean? Or even mentally healthy for that matter, you know. So we can't expect to have the greatest adults when you destroy their youth, which is so fucked up. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that didn't happen in my era and even the era before mine. That's been happening since the beginning of time. And it's been happening to little boys and little girls. And it's sad. It's just like, man.
It really is sad. Cause I have to say, thank God I don't have no childhood story like that. And being touched and everything. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I've had friends and has been through it, males too, and I realized the stories that'll tell me what they went through as a child, and to this day, even as adults, I can tell it still affects them. It affects them. That's why you got to protect your children, protect them. Stop letting these people in. And half the time, the stories I hear, it was their parents letting this man up in the house. Because they wanted the wood more. The wood was more important than their own children. It was more important than children. And look what happened. A grown adult, You in your 30s and 40s, and this still affecting you. This is
Mm.
serious. I was when my boys was little. I used to be like, we go to church all the time. I don't care if it's the pastor. You tell me something. I said, if any guy, whatever.
Hey, I just
Oh,
want to chime in because
mhm.
I was thinking about when the lines Tupac said, we have to heal our women, be real to our women, because if
Facts.
you don't, you're gonna create a race of babies that hate the ladies. He was telling us this 30 years ago.
Facts.
So I just
Ooh.
wanted to add that.
Repeat that. Repeat that again. He said what? Say it again.
Oh, I got my mask on this smoke. I was saying
I'm
Tupac told
sorry.
us 30 years ago we have to heal our women, be real to our women, because if we don't, we're going to create a race of babies that hate the ladies, and that's what's going on. And he said that 30 years ago. I think that's the most
Ooh.
profound.
Truest shit I ever heard, man. To this
Ain't it
day.
the
Ooh,
truth?
that's deep.
Oh, and
That
keep your
is the
head
truth.
up.
Ooh,
It's
that's
so
deep.
deep. So I just wanted to chime in with that because it's so fitting. Because these kids, they don't even respect adults, let alone women. So yeah,
Facts.
y'all having a fire conversation. I just had to chime in, but I'm gonna get off because I'm holding the
I like
phone. I
Scorpio.
don't.
She keep in there. She's like, I gotta say something real quick. I love it. I love it.
All right, that was some real shit.
Y'all dropping wisdom, and I'm listening. So I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna go back in the chat.
I like her. She is so cool. Oh my
Yeah, man.
gosh.
Salute to Queen Scorpio, man. Town business, man. All day, every day.
Oh boy, hugs and kisses. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's important. People gotta date right. But it's so sad, though. Like I'm saying, there's some parents out here, they let another person come before their kids. It's all about the cookies in the wood, you know.
That's true. And
You
and
know.
and and that being said, you definitely, if something traumatic like that happens to you, this is
Mhm.
for brothers and sisters. Make sure you get the adequate, much needed service for
Yes.
your mental health. Please.
Yes.
I even saw a therapist, just or a psychiatrist, whatever, whichever one. The fuck, I don't know. Uh, Make sure you talk to somebody, because I had to see somebody too for my behavior when I was coming up in my teens. I had to see somebody and shit, and it's uh it's not fun because you kind of feel like, as a melanated person, you feel like a fucking nutcase or some shit because you're sitting here telling somebody, all this shit, and it's just like fuck, even as a teen for me, because
Mhm.
I was dealing with certain different circumstances, so for me it was a little bit different. But I was still going through, similar shit, similar teen shit. Was rebellious and all that shit. So I had to see somebody, and we talked, and it helps. It really does help. It gets you on
It
track, man.
does.
Yeah, because you realize when you get 18 and you grown, it's just like there's no turning back. You can't get arrested no more. You can't none of this shit. You know what I mean? So when I hit 18, it was like, man, fuck that. I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to be better. You know what I mean? I got to do better. I have to do better. You know what I mean? So I had to. I saw somebody, when I was younger and shit, man, and that's. I recommend brothers and sisters do that, because all the shit that we have to go through, being in the system, being in the community where certain things might happen to you. And also keep in mind, though, this don't just happen in our community. A lot of these things happen in other communities. I have a Hispanic friend that, some shit happened to her too. So this is not just our community, but I understand we're talking about our community right now. So I just wanted to put that out there, because a lot of people, I think we get caught up in the moment and think, oh, this shit just happens to us. It's just black women and black men that do this shit. It's all kinds of predators that come in different
It
ethnic
doesn't
groups.
discriminate. It doesn't
Yes,
discriminate.
exactly. It comes in
Mhm.
different colors and comes in different ethnic groups. So just keep
Mhm.
that in mind too. It doesn't get better when you get out or you go
Mm,
out. Like they're gonna like this group is gonna be much better than that group. A
nope.
predator is a predator.
That's
As
it.
a so um definitely I highly recommend that, if you're going through some shit. And even if you're not going through some severe traumatic shit, I think that, YouTube is a good outlet too for these talks. Because I feel like this is similar to when I was younger. When you have a healthy, mature content where people can talk and it's not about bullshitting and games, where we can have serious shit. We can have our laughter and shit like that because laughter heals the spirit. It heals the body.
It
And it
sure
heals
does, doesn't
heals
it?
your it
It
heals your it
does.
heals your inside. It does.
It
Your
does.
spirit. Feel like your spirit gets repaired laughing and shit. But being on panels that's productive and have some a mature outlet or outlook on shit that they're talking about. This could be therapeutic. This could be one form of that, but definitely seek professional help and get a professional's opinion and a professional's conversation. You feel me? Because I feel like it would be way more beneficial for you, and not just if something severe happens to you, but everybody, doing their everyday life. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of moms that know how to do the errands and the chores and shit, and you wipe when you get home. You need somebody to talk to. So I think that's where the therapist or psychiatrist, whichever one. I don't. I gotta get my education. I gotta get the difference between the both. I get them fucked up, but somebody to talk to
Mm-hmm.
and talk to on a daily basis about your life and what's going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as the brothers. If it's something that happened to you, as a boy, a child, like if you got beat up on a lot or women rejected you,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. If you felt like you wasn't attractive enough, you felt like you were ugly.
You was
Um,
bullied and stuff like that. Yep.
exactly. This works for dude. There's no harm in talking. You're not weak and having a conversation, an adult, mature conversation with a person that's there to help you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people's like, oh, I don't go to a therapist. I want to talk to nobody about business. What is this? There's nothing wrong with it. Or if you don't want to do the one-on-one, they got groups, group
Mm.
counseling. You're not alone. You can talk to about even like on one of my churches a long time ago. I didn't know they had this. She had lost her dog and she went to group counseling, because loss of an animal. So they have all kinds, and it was so therapeutic for her. You could talk to other people that's dealing with what you're going through, your hurt and pain. So it's nothing wrong with going to a therapist, going to a group. There's lots of places. Or if you might need a little medication, hey, you know, do it. Whatever you have to do to get your mind right, to get you to live that life and enjoy life and be happy. You know, that's what it's all about. So the devil is out here lurking. He just wants to make you unhappy and miserable and suck the life out of you. And you can't let the devil do it. I'm just saying.
Facts. I agree with that shit. That's real. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like it's the end of the world and shit like that, man. I think a lot of us, man, and it's not just our community, a lot of grown people that lived a certain life to a certain point in life feel like they don't need any other kind of guidance or any other kind of shit. I even feel like that shit. And I had to talk to somebody in my teens. I feel like that. Like, what the fuck I want to listen to this motherfucker for? But it comes, you know what I mean? It comes in hand. And that's just the stubborn side of me. That's just me
Hmm.
being defiant and shit. But it can work. It can come in handy for you because of what you see these days is a lot of stressed out people and a lot of people that don't know what to do with their stress. They don't know how. A lot of people don't know how to deal with stress. So that's just one of many factors. Of course, the park, the gym, go on a walk. I like to walk. Do that and do that daily. and get a lot of water. Do that and find a hobby or something. Remember them old days? Grandma used to knit and shit. You used to, why the fuck she always doing that? But
Yeah, right.
but now now you like now I know why.
I'll tell
So
you.
now I'm like, damn, now I know what Granny was doing that shit. It was calming her nerves and shit. Nerves was bad and shit, man. Instead of picking up a cigarette and shit,
Yeah.
'cause it's like, man, find a hobby, find something. A lot of us are just stressed. It's a lot of stressful times that we live in, and I know it's hard for a lot of people. I know a lot of people, even a lot of your favorite YouTubers, man, they get stressed. And I guarantee you a lot of them feel like they don't have no place to go or no one to talk to. I put some money on that.
I agree with you, Dom. I can tell that some people's, the I kind of say like the lonely heart group, that just they don't have have a companion, might not have much friends, family, just live alone, or could be just introvert. They would like to socialize with people, but they just really just don't know how. So all they have is, the internet, you know. Mm. It's what it is. This but people like that just got to be careful because you be careful when you. How not explain it? Just be careful where you looking for your friends and love at. That's just all I have to say. Looking for love because a lot of evil people out here with bad intentions.
That's your expertise too. So
Hmm.
you dropping that game, y'all better listen, man. That's her expertise. Definitely
Love you, Dome.
watch where you love and watch who you love, because a
Hmm.
lot of us love in wrong places. And it,
Yes.
and, it, and that could come from what a million gazillion places. You know what I mean? From childhood trauma to what the
Yes.
media is telling you, to what your friends are telling you, to what your
Hmm.
mom is telling you, to what your brother is telling you, to what your sister is telling all kind of shit. And then you fuck around and fuck with somebody that ain't shit.
Hmm.
Ain't
Hmm.
gonna be shit. This go for
Hmm.
brothers and sisters.
Hmm.
You got to do a lot more research and a lot more. What's the word that not research, but maybe research, background checks or whatever, some shit like that. Just
Hmm.
know who you laying down with, so you don't
Hmm.
have any surprises and shit. Because a lot
Yep.
of us are surprised. My mom was surprised being married to my father on what he turned to be, and they got a divorce. Well, because you didn't know who the fuck you married. You know what I mean? Y'all think
Hmm.
marriage equals happiness. You think marriage equals perfection and shit. And you don't even know who the fuck you're marrying. So you gotta
True.
know who you're with, relationship wise. You gotta make sure that your feelings are being reciprocated. Make sure you're getting your feelings back. And this is not only for relationships though, this is for friendships too.
Well said. Friendship
You feel
too.
me? Friendships
Hmm.
too. You feel me? So if you're giving a lot of shit to your partners, make sure they're giving a lot back to you. Make sure they're doing the same shit. And me, I try to give more because that's just the way I was brought up. So if you do a little for me, I try to do more. And that's just how I was brought up. It has nothing to do with being accepted or simped into some shit or shamed into some shit. It just got everything to do with the homie's personality. I was bred that way. You know what I mean? Um, that's this is California love. You feel me? So it's like you do
Uh
something for me,
oh.
I'm gonna do or do something. I'm gonna do a lot more for you. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
loyalty has always been big to me, but I think y'all just need to be careful who you're loyal to. So just make sure you know who you're loyal to, because loyalty is
Hmm.
a key factor. A lot of people don't know what loyalty is.
They really don't. Don't.
You know.
Oh my God. They so flippin' clueless. Well said. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
And it's like maybe you should Google it and
Hmm.
and figure it out. See what loyalty is. Because a lot of people on here thinking, we have all these friendships and all these ships, but a lot of y'all not loyal to each other. Y'all just doing this shit from a TV show point of
Mhm.
view. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
doing it for views and clicks and shit. That's
Mhm.
all you're doing it for. So it's just like, um, you treat others how you want to be treated, and
Mhm.
at the end of the day, know who you fucking with, friend wise and relationship wise.
Mhm.
I don't have no duration of time. Unfortunately, I don't think for me, I don't like using that shit. So I don't like reading the book and then say, hey, give it a couple years. I like to move on natural instinct. So if it feel right and I feel like this person is some because you never get it 100% right. That's the whole point of being human. You're flawed. You're flawed even if you don't want to be flawed. That's part of being a human. So a lot of us do take chances, and this is the reason why you get a lot of sisters that have, gripes and certain things to say about, how they were treated in relationships with brothers and shit like that. So it's just like you gotta make sure that this you feel it in your gut that this is somebody I could trust. I could trust this person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Can you trust this person with your life? That
Mhm.
kind of trust. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
and if you feel like it, I just say, hey, fuck it, just do it. Just fuck with it. You know what I mean? Whether it's a relationship or friendship. You know what I mean? If you can you trust your friends? Can you
Mhm.
trust your girl? Can you trust your dude? These
Mhm.
are the questions you should be asking yourself. Can you trust them? You know?
Mhm. That is true. Yeah, that is facts. And I like what you said. A lot of people don't understand what loyalty is. They got some weird definition of it. I don't understand it. That's not loyalty. What dictionary you was reading? Where they teach you when you was a little kid? But yeah, that is so important. And don't be fake. None of these people that's fake. They always think that you could be fake. Like people don't smell your crap. Eventually, your mask is gonna fall. It's gonna slip, and you're gonna look like a
Facts.
fool. You know. But just everybody have to keep your eyes open, especially in dating or dating and friendship. I would say the same thing. Try not to wear your heart on your sleeve. And I have to say that used to be a problem with me. A long time ago. I guess it has something to do with childhood. We all product of our childhood, things that had
Yeah,
happened. But I used to be that down for wearing a heart on the sleeve, and I learned my lesson. No more. Stop that. But I do have my little weak moments, though. Hey, that's where God made me. You know what I mean? I just love people. I try to find the best of them. I don't want to just jump into be the person think they automatically bad and stuff. But you got to be
that's the
careful.
human in us. That's the human in us. And
Yes.
there's not nothing wrong with that. Because you should want to do that. As human beings, you should want to think like, damn, these people on this fucking social media shit ain't really a piece of shit like this, right? They don't like
Exactly.
they don't all just thrive off of getting wet and hard by drama and shit, right?
Right. That's what
Like that. I mean, that's what you would think. I mean, shit. But
Mhm.
a lot of people are like that, and it turns you off from
Mhm.
people and shit, man. Like you don't even want to be bothered with fucking people these days
Mhm.
because they vibe, man. It's so low. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They. It's just like they aura and shit. Everything that comes from them is bullshit. It's horse shit. It's always some other kind of drama filled in this shit, man. It's never nobody talking about the real issues and the real
Nope.
shit that
Nope.
we faced as brothers and sisters and shit. This has nothing to do with no marketing scam. I don't know why people on this motherfucker think that it has to be a marketing scam or it has to even be a marketing thing, a marketing tactic to want to care about what the fuck position you are economically, what position you are in as a person, as a being in United States of America. It has nothing to do with the trying to sell some shit. I've been on this shit for years. Never asked for shit. I don't ask for shit. I do ask. I do ask if you do come to my channel. You frequent my channel. Just say what's up.
Exactly.
Just say what's up. That's it. Just say hey,
That's it.
what's cracking with it. You know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
a lot of cats that's been supporting me since I got on this shit. Since the gate's been open. And I appreciate all that shit, you feel me? Real shit. You don't even know. It's a lot of people that's been rocking with me from day one, still on my shit. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. I don't want to say names, but because everybody in there take forever. But everybody that's been fucking with me from day one on this YouTube shit, man, that's all love. Got nothing but love for all y'all, man. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we as melanated people, we should be wanting to see change and improvement. You know, when your homeboy do something out of line, or he got a scuff, or for sisters, when y'all go to the bathroom, you wouldn't let your homegirl come out with tissue on the heels and shit. You gonna be like, hey, you got some tissue on your shit. It's on your heels, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, some shit like that. So it's just like we could check each other. We just can't be overly disrespectful about the shit and thinking
Right,
we know every fucking thing. Like I hate
right.
getting on this motherfucker and seeing a bunch of people that know every fucking thing, but their life is in shambles. Your life is falling apart, but you know every fucking thing.
You know
Why is your life
everything.
why is your life in shambles, but you know every fucking thing about everything, man? It's just like fuck, man. Like I don't understand this shit, man. At the end of the day, the shit starts becoming a game, and it starts becoming, I wouldn't say a game, a joke. It starts becoming a joke to the world and everybody that views the shit. You know what I mean? From the outside in.
That's well said. I like that one. Oh my gosh. It's amazing how people think. I always thought psychology was so fascinating. I'm fascinated by how different minds and how people think and the things that they do. And it's like, really? How could you do that? What? What's wrong with that? I don't feel no way. Yeah, I know you don't feel no way. Something's wrong up there.
Right?
you know? Jeez. Yeah, you have to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Out here. Be careful who you choose in your circle. Who you have around, because there's a lot of crabs in the barrel. Especially when you starting to be on your purpose and you achieving your goals that you have in life. That's when
hmm
you gonna really see Dome who's rocking with you and who's not.
And I
You're
and I
gonna see.
think and I think everybody should have a purpose, right? If your purpose is to be the top YouTuber on here, hey, that's perfectly fine. If you Let's say if you have a channel geared to people wanting to date other kind of people, that's fine. I don't have no problem with any of that shit because I think we as beings, as individuals, I think we should have that, and I like that. It creates, um, it makes the world. Because if everybody was the same shit, it would be boring. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be nothing interesting in life. You'd be bored.
Yeah,
You
I think
know.
so. Yeah.
But at the same time, don't belittle people. Don't disrespect people, man. What happened, especially in your own community, man? Like whatever happened to just talking some shit out, man, or whatever happened to just having a powwow, a little sit down with somebody, and having a powwow, and being like, hey, I don't like the way you was addressing me like that. You feel me? Can we talk about it like grown
Mhm.
people and shit like that? Whatever happened to that day? I remember watching grown ups do that shit back in the.
Mhm.
You didn't see a lot of this dumb shit that you see today. Like people want to get a gun. I'm gonna shoot you because I
Yeah.
disagree with you. I'm gonna show up to your house because I disagree with you. No, can we talk?
Well, how about this, Dome? The ones that you see, you got these little snakes, these little devil helpers, I call them. They'll go to somebody and be lying that this person said this and did that, and that person didn't go and check and find out, investigate themselves. So they being tricked by the devil, and then they go over there and kill that person. A lot of times, this stuff happens, or they beat up the person, or whatever. You need to go and find out yourself. Ask for, especially if the person supposed to be your friend, somebody you was rocking with. Find out, yo, dude, did you really do this? Blah 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 blah. Because sometimes people will come in, they want to start problems. Some people just love the drama, they love the toxicness. They just love everybody going against each other, and jealousy, and they'll try to break up a friendship or try to break up a marriage, a relationship. There's a lot of people walking around out here just point blank evil. And then some people like, well, somebody tell me something, unless I've been rocking with this person since God knows when, I trust their opinion, they know. But if something just don't feel right, you've been rocking with this other person, you've been friends and cool with them, like, oh, that don't seem like their character. No, I know what I'm talking about. They did it, but don't say nothing, Donna. I'm just telling you. But I think you need to go investigate, because this person could be just starting some crap, and it could blow up, and some people die. You know, just giving a scenario. Yes, yes, miserable people. Misery likes company. You can have a friend that's jealous that you have a friend, and y'all two just get along so well and having a good time. Y'all always talk, communicate. So that person is jealous and want to mess up your friendship. Or somebody jealous because they don't have somebody. You in a relationship, you're happy, having a good relationship. You're talking about the person puts a smile on your face. They doing this, doing that for you. They'll go over there and try to get with your person or try to ruin your relationship. Just evil people. It's amazing. This jealousy. A lot of people walk around here with jealousy in their heart. I don't have time for it. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor. It's not worth it. Right? I can't stand that type, Donna. I love exposing them. Exactly.
Sister
And there's a
Donna,
lot of them.
can you
Uh-huh.
hold it down for like 2 minutes?
Oh,
I
okay.
gotta I gotta check them out. Just hold it down for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, oh my God, I'm in the spotlight. Yeah, okay. What I was just saying, there's a lot of fake friends, a lot of, people run around you and they just jealous. And what I was just saying the dome before, and like when you're on your purpose, you have a goal. Let's say you have a goal about taking classes for something. I don't know. You want to open up, you're taking cooking classes. You want to open up your new restaurant. You have these goals, so you start to be on your purpose. You're starting to do it. Everything is coming in. You got different places you're looking into. You got the cooks. You got everything. It's everything lined up. You want this great old soul food place or sushi place, right? So now your friends start getting jealous. hmm They start acting a little funny, might try to sabotage the whole thing that you're doing. You'll know your friends is when you start doing well. See if they're there for you. Also, another thing, tell them something good that's happening in your life, and see if they're gonna stop and listen, or they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, Don. I'm glad, but let me tell you something. I went to the store and did it. Well, damn, I couldn't even finish and share what was good. Oh, okay. Yeah, they fake. Fake. That's a sign when they constantly keep doing it. Because a true friend, or if the person that you're dating, they want to listen because they care. They care about you. They want to hear the good things that's happening to you, and that'll put a smile on their face. Then on the flip side, then they might be like, now if you go to them, oh, I tried to start my business, it was a flop, and everything just went wrong, and then, oh, really, Donna? Oh, tell me more. What happened? Now you see, they listening. All ears is open. They giving you all the attention in the world. They listening. But when everything was going good, you couldn't find them. They don't pick up the phone, didn't reply back, cut you off in the middle of talking. But as soon as things is not going well, all ears. Fake, 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 fake. Okay, all right. Oh, Steph says envy is a sin. Exactly. One of the commandments. Yes, yes, yes. Talk it out. And what Scorpio says, pay attention to the ones on the sidelines not rooting for you. Facts. Pay attention. All it just takes. Just share your happiness and your success with someone and see how they act. That's supposed to be your so-called friend or your man or your woman or your spouse, because you could be sleeping with somebody and they competing against you. If you're in a relationship and that person's competing against you, ooh, honey, I think you need to get out that one. That's not good. hmm Person you love not supposed to be trying to compete against you. Even got parents competing against their kids. Dad, I feel like I'm rambling. This is crazy. Okay. So everybody in the comments, how's everybody's day going? How's their day going? How's their day going? Good, bad. Step, yep. Yep, you see. See how they act. It's amazing how you can have friends be all around you. Step, when things ain't going right for you, you down and out, struggling, they there. But when things start going right for you, Step, everything's positive, they disappear. Even as, let me throw this in, even as YouTubers, you being a tuber, let's get into that. Being a tuber, you can have a channel. You doing well on your channel. Things are starting to pick up. You know, you blossoming. You ain't bragging about it. You're just doing you. You finally learned the ropes. All these other people that thought they support you, they was coming around. Now so they don't want to come around no more. Oh, they'll turn around and talk about you. Oh, he think he all that. How do I? How do you think he all that? Even on YouTube. Oh Lord, get a life, everybody. Just get a life. hmm Um,
Appreciate that, Sister Donna. You was holding it down.
I was holding a lot.
Nah, you was doing it. I was listening. You was holding that
Uh
shit
oh.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squirt, man, you come back on, man, whenever you want to get back on. Shit, you got the link. I think the link in the chat. Step, brother, come on in, man. Anybody, man, come in.
I'll put the link back in. hmm
Brother
Yeah.
Jack up here. What's up with the brother?
Yo,
Salute,
Uh
Jack.
oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Brother Jack, you there,
side
bro?
off.
Uh
Yeah, I
oh.
was just turning you two off because it echo. What's going
Oh,
on?
Okay.
what's going
Hey.
on, brother?
Hey, Jack. Hugs and kisses,
Yeah,
brother.
just try to sneak it out of work, pretty much. Sneaking out before they like, hey, nigga, get back here. Shoot.
Scorpio right here.
Say, where you going? Where you going, boy? So,
Oh my
so
god.
I have to sneak on out of here, make an exit, you know. Uh, but I was hearing it on and in and out, about
Mm,
y'all discussing relationships, especially these damn adults, especially these kids. What's wrong with these people? They're it- you know, it's like any man or woman that messes with kids ain't got no game. They especially as grown men, because
mm.
they can't get away with an adult what they compare with a kid. That's why they mess with them. And it's crazy. It's stuff like that don't make any sense.
Yeah, that's their mental
Right.
capacity. They can't relate to somebody their age. Their mindset is a young kid. So
Yeah. But I
it's
think
it.
it's how predators are. It's like they prey on those they can prey on. Just like you
Yes.
got you got one particular broadcast. I ain't gonna name them, but they're pretty popular on YouTube, and that's what well one of them do, not the other one, not so much, but the one of them do. All they do is prey on women who are vulnerable, got issues mentally, dealing
Facts.
with issues with
Tammy.
with relationships
I
and that
mean
sort of
Tommy. I
manner,
said Tammy.
and just other there's more of them, but these one particular one that's been on the radar recently. I know y'all probably heard or saw about it. Um, you know, you got people out there they don't care about um others. They'll just sit there and just prey upon them, suck out the energy of them, use them and abuse them, and then say it's your fault um, because you used them up. And you
Right.
got a number out there. It's wild. And but then I really can't point the finger at the person who's doing it. I point the finger at the audience who supports them. You know,
True.
True.
instead
hmm
of
Very
calling them
true.
out. It's nothing wrong with agreeing with a few things, but at the same time, you got to call them out too if they're doing wrong. But you got those who just die hard, don't give a damn, don't care. They'll just sit there and um, become what you call
Overlook
enablers.
it. Right. The go along, get along. They overlook it. It's right there. Yep.
hmm hmm
Yeah.
Is that a reflection of us as a whole? Like,
Well, I mean, I can't say for everybody else, because when you mean as a whole, you mean black people or the world.
in particular, black people, like,
Okay. Are you talking about in America, South America, North America? Because, not all
um,
black people across the globe is
American,
the same.
right?
North
I would
America?
say, yeah.
Yeah, I think she means North America, bro. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But you got to understand
Mm.
that all these years, um, you had some of us who were here before Columbus, and then you have those who were brought here as slaves, and we didn't get the psychological help. Our ancestors didn't get the psychological help they needed after
Facts.
slavery. So they managed to move on, even though they had some hiccups, some setbacks mentally, you know.
And we
But
still suffering.
we still suffering, because
Exactly. Still.
the younger generation, the younger generation, uh, and I'm not knocking anyone down, but it seemed like the older generation was able to endure it for the sake of their children to grow up and
Mm,
be better.
mm.
And we, kind of slowly through social media, through media, television, through revised history, through drugs, psychotropic drugs,
Hmm.
through consistent, with pornography all over the place. Now, I'm not saying nothing against pornography, but it has its time and place. You know,
And it's
um,
accessible to kids now, like it wasn't before when we were younger.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's so true, Scorpio.
Mm.
Oh,
so it was hard for us to get to porn. We have to
Mm-hmm.
sneak around
Sneak.
in the back. We have to go
oh,
Look
we
go
at
to
the
had
the
to go
back.
through a.
magazines.
We have to go here. We have to go there. We got to knock on the door. We got to knock on the door 4 times. Be like, knock, 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 knock,
You
knock,
gotta you
and
gotta
then
figure out a
they'll
combination and shit.
yeah. You have
Exactly.
to you have to pay in. You have to pay a few dollars to get to the back of the door
Oh
and peep
my
show and all the other
gosh.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. It
Nowadays,
was
Right.
a
Mission
kid
Impossible.
Oh shit.
nowadays
Mission Impossible.
nowadays you got kids. They have access to porn at the touch of their fingertips.
Mm.
It's with
And
their
it
with their
be some
devices and
sick
stuff,
stuff
Steve.
on there. So they
Yeah.
exposed to stuff that we're even with deaths, beheadings, and all that such stuff is
Uh-huh.
accessible.
And they
Yes,
got all
Crazy.
types of,
Scorpio. Yes.
stuff that deals with BDSM and sadomasochism and even
Bestiality.
Oh
fetishes
yeah.
and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
all the other stuff, and it's crazy.
They turned
And
out before they can even get started, you know,
yeah,
so to
they
speak.
Exactly.
get desensitized. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
desensitization,
Yeah. Hmm.
and they
Even
get
with,
desensitized.
hmm
Everything.
um, I think Steph is still in here. I was so shocked that a 16-year-old serial killer was in Philly just killing like
Whoa, whoa,
Come
whoa,
on,
whoa,
God.
16
whoa,
years
whoa, whoa,
old.
whoa, 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 whoa. What are you saying, girl? 16 serial killer?
16 years.
Wait, what?
Remember the story
Hold
of the
on, what?
guy? Uh-oh.
Wait. Hey, was somebody mute?
Mm.
Was somebody mute? Hey, who? What was that? 16 killers.
Six.
No, a 16-year-old guy. There was some killings in Philadelphia, and one of the most notable
Oh,
was when a guy had got released from prison and he was killed in front of the police station.
damn.
So it was high profile killings linked to a 16-year-old.
I gotta find
And
this
I
story.
What? I
yeah,
gotta look that.
Look up
Yeah, Tom, we
Philadelphia.
gotta find
Oh
this one.
shit.
No, that's
Hey,
serious. It just happened.
drop that shit in my the chat, man. One of my videos in the chat to a
Oh,
link
for
to something.
sure. He
Yeah,
he got linked to 4 killings at 16 years old.
16?
that shit is
Yes.
crazy.
Didn't I say,
Young black
don't I always
boy.
say on my channel, you got some kids that just born evil. Some
Mm-hmm.
people just born
Hmm.
evil. Some kid, mommy and daddy laid down and they had Satan Jr. It's facts.
Yeah, I would. Oh, I don't know how I could live knowing my child out here killing people. Like, oh my God.
And Scorpio, you know what's crazy? When you hear about this, right? Like Johnny or whatever, did blah blah blah, right? Kill
Mhm.
people. And then it's quite obvious because we got the DNA or there was pictures. You are innocent to proven guilty. We know that.
Mhm.
But there's videotapes. You can kind of know that it's a cut and dry, but they still gonna go to court because the psycho people always want to say they're innocent. You know how that goes.
Right.
And
Of
then,
course.
but their parents will back them up.
Yeah.
And they'll stand by them going into the courtrooms and everything. And I'm like, call me a bad mother on this, but let me tell you something. If my sons was doing something like this and it's like proof out here and you seen it, oh, I
Oh,
don't
you going to
support you.
jail?
Yeah, you going. I'll
uh-huh.
tell. I'll say everything. I'm
I'm gonna
done.
take you personally.
Yeah.
Bye. You
I'll
no.
burn the cell down with you in
Yo,
it before the trial
exactly.
comes up.
Exactly.
I'll take all the inmates out and put her, leave her in there and burn it down.
Mhm.
Full trial come.
Welcome back, Nikki. Hugs. Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Yeah.
supporting. I believe in supporting your kids to the max.
Nikki,
Those
what's
are your
going on,
children.
Quay?
But if you sit around here and I see this proof, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Yes.
that's you coming out that building. That's my child. Wait a minute,
Oh
you did
yeah.
this crap. Oh no, I'm not going to the courthouse. I'm going to the pastor. I'll be praying. I will give my child a prayer, but that's it. I don't support that. But you see these parents out here, Scorpio, they still protecting their kids, and I'm like, yo, it's
And
clear
they
as
in the
day.
wrong.
They in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep,
gotta be
I'm not
kidding
that
me.
parent. No, even when my kids were younger, you know how when you take them to the store and they pick up something, they don't know that is per se stealing, but they'll grab some candy and you don't realize it till you out the store. Your baby got like two or three candy bars or whatever, but each one of my children did it. So I don't know if it's something that other people kids do, but I would march them right back in the store, go put it back. Like I wasn't that
Exactly.
parent to say, "Oh Lord, look, they got some candy," laughing. No, we gonna walk. You don't do that.
Oh,
And
you do have those parents. As you said, they'll laugh. They think it's cute.
Because the
yeah,
police will shoot your kids in a hot second.
exactly.
That's true.
A lot of it starts at home, and a lot of these people don't have sufficient homes, and then you can't blame. It's not the woman's fault or the man's fault. It's like it's it's like he Jack was saying, it's generational dysfunction passed on hundreds of years. And if you're not strong enough to break those curses, it's just going to be a repeated cycle. But it starts at home. But I understand when kids don't have the love or the village around them the ones that end up killing and doing all this crazy stuff.
All facts.
It's sad. That's why I'm saying, as a whole, are we screwed, like, so to speak?
Some
Because,
of us are. I don't want to say most, because I don't want to do that to my people. I have some type of faith, but a lot of
mm-hmm,
us are. A lot of us are. Yeah, that's just you. You could see that a lot of us are just here for destruction on social media and in real life. A lot of us just thrive off destruction,
Uh-huh.
and then they sabotage anyone that they see try to come and actually repair what's going on. Like a lot,
oh,
like
yeah.
like a lot of us don't want to see the positive content and see the content that are trying to mend a lot of shit. Like, could somebody mute? I don't know who that is.
No.
Appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
That's you, brother. Okay, cool, cool. So a lot of us on here, like want to see others fail, and they thrive off negativity and shit. So they hate anything that's positive.
Dysfunction.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
they thrive off dysfunction because in this community, not all of it, but some of it, dysfunction sells, and it's a
Yeah.
Yes.
great it's a
Money.
great it's a great money grabber. Yes, it's
Even
Yes.
on
pricey.
YouTube,
Yep.
when you
Hmm.
put positive content, nobody put somebody's name in the title, or you have a problem with another, you're going to have a
Oh,
full house.
let me put the name. Let me do a title tonight and say, "Dome, I'm tired of your blank blank whatever." Watch everybody come zooming over there. Be a packed
Right.
house, and then don't put in the title. Yeah, Donna just being real. Let me let you know she's fake. Everybody go zooming on over there.
Right.
Right.
Packed house. And they'll sit there
Exactly.
and they'll stay in the live stream Dome and Scorpio everybody for hours because we just going in on each other. It's
Yeah, and
fake.
it gets ugly on here. Like people try to destroy people's lives on here, calling jobs,
Yes. Ah,
CPS. Oh,
yes. How do you do that? I could never do that. I've heard of,
Me
like you said,
either.
Scorpio. I've heard of some people actually lost their homes, they lost their jobs off of this.
Relationships.
Yeah, relation. How do you?
Hmm.
That's just so evil. I don't care about. Like sometimes on my channel, I might say where people live at. 'Cause I'm trying to get the time zone so I get an idea when's the best time to post stuff. Because everybody's time zone is different. But like
Hmm.
I say, if you in Texas, don't tell me what part of Texas, because you got some crazy people. I don't need to know all of that. Just say Texas, New
Right.
York.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Uh-huh.
just keep it
That's
that.
a
I don't want
shame.
to know all of that.
You can't even introduce yourself properly
Yeah.
because you don't know who will use your information, you
Yes.
know. Art, and that's because the thing why I asked that is because growing up, the images we saw is like the Black Panthers, the Black revolutionaries, even before that, Rosa Parks, we saw our people being washed down with hoses and dogs and stuff for just common human rights, right? So you see these images and you subconsciously think, okay, I come from a strong people. We're going to overcome it. But then when you see the current events, it's like, is that a facade or is it ever going to happen? Like Black people on one accord, no matter your socioeconomic structure, whatever, but just fight for just equal rights. It's like we're a person that's being abused, the abused person becomes an abuser. That's what it's feeling like with Black people. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but do y'all feel like that?
The 12 have to be sealed before that happens.
Wait, say that again.
I said the 12 have to be sealed before that happens.
Mm.
That means the numbers have to cut down in order for us to unite.
Ooh, that's deep. That's deep.
Because every time in history, when there are small numbers, you know, people in small numbers usually collect together.
Mm. And this last census, the white population is declining. Uh, I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of this country, but I don't
Yeah, I heard
know.
about that. I heard about that with the census. They said it was declining. I just seen
Mm.
like a title or something. I didn't really read much about it, but
Mm-hmm. Me
that's
too.
interesting.
Isn't it?
Very interesting.
I could be wrong, but didn't they say they're like at 56% or some shit like that? I
I
could be
don't
wrong,
know.
bro,
I
but I
can't
read some
remember.
shit. Some
I
shit.
can't
I
remember.
was like, damn, they dropped that low?
Yeah, it was like a big. I don't remember the numbers, but it was
It
something
was a
big.
drop.
I was like, ooh.
So
Mm.
their numbers getting smaller. So are they gonna be you know what I'm saying? Against us in fear? I don't know what's going on, y'all. There's some stuff
Mm.
going on that mm-mm.
Yeah, interesting.
But we
Yes.
have so many groups against us. It would make sense that we would unite what little people we have left, but we ostracizing
Mhm.
people, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, wish we had some more leaders like Martin Luther King, people like that, but it just doesn't seem to happen. Or the Black Panthers in groups, but it doesn't happen. And
No,
half the time
we
it
need
do.
more. We need more Nat Turners.
Ooh, and a ooh,
We need more Nat
and a ooh.
Turners. We don't need more. Well, I mean, King is great. Don't get me wrong, but we need more Nat Turners. We need
Or
more.
Malcolm X is
More.
elite.
Yeah,
Well, we
I
need
go
more
for
Demart
Malcolm.
Bessies. We need
Nat
Demart
Turner,
Bessies.
birth
We
of a
need a
nation.
well,
Birth of
hell,
a nation, baby. I got that.
I'll throw this one in. John Brown, who's a white guy who was killing slave masters to free the blacks.
Oh,
We
John Gray.
we
Is
need
it
John
that.
Gray
Brown.
or
John
Brown?
Brown.
Oh, Brown. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah, he
was
was
his
an
name?
insurrectionist.
Emperor Shields is another Nat Turner that didn't get a lot of publicity or
I'm gonna look that
acknowledgement.
up. I'm gonna look that
Uh,
up.
Emperor Shields.
you
It's
had
a movie. Mm-hmm.
you had Queen Nanny of Jamaica uh, fought against the West India oppressors. Then you had
The
before then,
Haitian
before the
Revolution.
the
Haitian
Disnoy.
Revolution. Yeah.
They kicked the French out, And
Oh,
before
they
that,
kicked ass.
under the under the
Uh-oh.
Tainos, Queen Anacadra, who fought the Spanish after they killed her husband, her king, to get the Spanish out of Puerto Rico. Uh,
We've
so I
always
mean,
fought back. We've never been the docile people
no,
like they portray.
like history,
No,
yeah,
never.
history always, yeah, because when Nat Turner started killing slave masters, then the whole South was in terror that a pastor garnered up enough slaves to start killing slave owners. He
The
was especially
audacity,
going after
right?
slave owners and even
Exactly.
far and even to their slave children, because they look at it this way. They said, well, you kill our children, we're gonna kill yours.
Hmm.
Eye
Facts.
for an eye.
And it
I
was
And
like
like
they
that.
God
was afraid
came
to
to
turn.
him. Wasn't
They
it
was
like
afraid to,
God came to
yeah,
him one
yeah,
night?
yeah, yeah. The
That's
Hmm.
Lord, yeah,
deep.
the angel of the Lord came to Nat Turner and
Yes.
told him what was going to be done. I mean, he was like the Moses of that time.
Yeah.
Uh, and how the masters and the man wanted to make sure his history was erased. When they hung him, they chopped his body parts up and used it as wagon grease
Mm.
And I think
and
his
relics.
skin is
Ooh,
in the
That's
ooh.
crazy.
Smithsonian.
Yeah,
Part of his
relics. Yeah,
body
they used
parts.
his.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, they made sure that his history was forever erased
Yeah,
from the
he's not even
eyes of.
buried.
No, he
Hmm.
wasn't even probably buried at all. They made sure of that when
Yep.
they got done killing him, hanging him, they of course they had a trial first, to make it look legit. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, they had a trial to make it look legit. Uh, and of course, well, how they caught him was they sent the I think it was the Union Army after him first. This is before the Union decided to be abolitionist.
Mm.
They sent the army,
Mm.
the military after Turner and his guys. They sent the military after him because it got so bad to where slave owners were getting killed, and they tried to fight back, and that didn't work. So they sent the military after them, and that's what weakened them. And of course, Nat Turner got help from the Native Americans. Some of our extended relatives who were the natives, um, and hid them while they was looking for him. The military was looking for Nat Turner. Um, and Nat Turner only reappeared is because they start killing off the slaves left and right to get them to draw out. Uh, and so eventually he reappeared because he didn't want any more of the slaves being killed under his name. Because they were just taking slaves, start hanging them just to get Nat Turner to draw out. Uh,
And his
and
family
then
members too, I heard, were
yeah, and so
tried.
he eventually reappeared, and of course they captured him and gave him that trial, a show trial, pretty much. Uh, and then they killed him, But the thing,
Tortured
as
them.
far as y'all talk about, well, yeah, that too. Uh, but as far as the numbers, well, this ain't the first time that the Europeans, it's called Western Europeans, have been outnumbered. Because if you look at it before the Angel and Ellis Island, the great migration of the Europeans, uh, there were a 2-to-1 ratio of blacks over whites. It was
Wow.
6.1 million whites and it was 14.2 million blacks. They outnumbered
Wow.
them two to
Wow. I
one
didn't know
That's
because
that.
you
crazy.
got to remember that the number of slaves were 338,000, and you multiply that through generations of how many children they had. On the
Yes.
average,
A
is 10
lot.
children, you
Right.
know. And so they multiplied, and of course, they kept adding more slaves from South America to North America. But believe it or not, there was more slaves in South America than there was any other country during that time.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's why you got more blacks down there in South America than you do up in North America.
Dark
Uh,
too.
yeah, there's
Hmm.
like about 92 million blacks in Brazil, down in South America.
Yeah, like pure
Damn.
African, like
41.
pure African DNA,
Yeah, yeah,
probably. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Majority of them are pure black. They still stay the same. And you got some mulattas and mulattoes and quadroons and octagons. Of course, the television shows that. Just like with Cuba, the majority of Cubans are black, but on TV they show you the European complected
Mm,
Cubans.
mm.
They don't show the black Cubans, which is the majority.
Was that
Um,
Sammy Sosa who bleached? Is it Sammy
yeah,
Sosa?
he's Dominicano.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. But
he's
he
from
was dark.
Dominican Republic. Oh yeah, he was dark as you
Wow.
know what. And believe it or not, I'm not gonna put out my former boss's name, but she was like, I like Sammy Sosa better the way he was, uh, than him being, the bleached, Count Chocula
Oh, he
version.
looked like a ghost now.
Yeah,
That's not natural.
it's
Horrible.
Count Chocula.
That looks like it's painful when people bleach their skin like that.
Ooh,
That looks, oh my
I get
gosh.
sunburned. I can
Yeah.
imagine them.
He
Lord, no
destroyed his
melanin.
melanin. I don't know
Mm.
why. He destroyed his own melanin,
Well,
man.
a lot of that in Santo Domingo is that there's a lot of skin complexion issues. I guess you
European
could call it colorism.
colonization. Yes. But black
And
people all over the planet get in the business, so to speak. Like it's not just blacks in America. Um, even is it Haiti or Jamaica where the lighters or
yeah,
um
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's something that the Europeans figured out because we practice that behavior amongst us before then. Um,
yeah.
and they just figured it out and said, "Oh, let me use this one. Let me put the light one over the dark." They did the same thing with the
Mm,
Indians in India, the Brahmins and the Aryans, and the Brahmins and the Aryans were separated by complexion in East India.
wow.
So you had the dark skinned East Indians and you had the lighter skinned East Indians.
Wow.
Um, and they switched the words around actually. The Aryans are actually the darker complected ones. The Brahmins are the lighter complected ones, but they switched that over time.
Mm,
Uh, so when they
amazing.
reference Aryan, it's dark complected. But of course they flipped it. And Hitler took the same mark of Buddha and turned it 45 degrees to the left, and it was called a hate symbol, Nazi Party. Uh,
Wow.
turn that
Mm,
thing back straight is the mark of Buddha. You turn it back to the 45 degrees to the left, it's a hate sign now, hate symbol.
wow.
Okay, interesting.
Didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
a lot of these the European people, the Romans, the Greeks, they've used a lot of
Mm,
symbols that weren't originally there. It's like the Romans took over the Israelites, um, sacked the kingdom, took their records and painted their skin tone over there, painted them white instead
hmm.
of the original dark complected ones, just like they did with Egypt. They went on the walls and they kind of, it's what when you look at the
Bleached it a
old
little bit.
paintings,
We
it kind of looked like
yeah,
it's been faded out and saying, well,
we talked
uh,
a little
uh,
bit about this on your panel, didn't we, brother? We talked a
yeah,
little
yes,
bit
sir.
about this on your panel, brother. Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah,
they cut the noses off the Sphinx or the
yeah.
statues.
Napoleon had that done. Um,
Wow, because it was an
Emperor
African
Napoleon,
nose.
he had
Wow.
him shot off.
Mm.
And Napoleon
It's,
knew. He said he knew that, the people we are looking at are superior to us. So, but I can't make it look like to the world that we're inferior. So he had him shot off the lips and the nose.
wow. I mean, this is crazy. It's been going on I wonder why though.
No,
Why?
same thing with the Greeks, the gladiators, of course, the images of the black gladiators fighting lions and tigers and having us fighting lions and tigers because we were slaves in Greece.
Charlton
Uh,
Heston, huh?
yeah, being heard, all the other shit. I mean,
Right.
it's a wash. It's
Cleopatra
a, uh,
with the beads, child, looking a
yeah,
mess. Mm.
yeah. It's
It's a
so
shame.
they shot off the they ripped off the hammered out the noses and the lips of the gladiators because of their
Oh,
features.
I didn't know that. The
Uh, yeah,
gladiators too. Wow.
yeah. Rome and of course You
I
know,
definitely didn't know that.
Greece wasn't too bad. Greece wasn't too bad with us. You know, Alexander's one of his advisors was a black man, Alexander the Great. Uh,
Oh, really?
uh, but unfortunately, he killed him in a drunken rage because they got drunk and got into it, and Alexander
Oh,
killed him.
wow. Damn.
Um, and of course, you know, Alexander died from disease because he was messing with them little boys.
You need to go
Um,
on Jeopardy. You will tear their asses up,
Yo, do
okay?
you know that?
uh,
I was
I
thinking
mean,
to
what's the
Jack
other
they'll
go
no,
one?
in.
they'll say lock that man up. They'll put him in the
Jack,
black site, take him to the
What?
CIA,
Jack be
You
torture
doing
over
him.
here
all of
I'm
dropping
this.
coming to
facts,
your
bro.
channel. I'm not
You
playing.
be
I got the what?
dropping them fucking
Up here
facts, boy.
fooling with this foolishness, and you just, I mean, you a
He got
whiz
the
at
info.
this.
We don't even need the books, man. We just go to
Well,
Jack, man.
I'm
it's
listening.
Pull,
not
I'm
He's
well.
the
pull out the
research
Jack.
man.
Pull out the
I,
Jack
well,
video or some shit.
it kind of it kind of helps when you used to be a journalist for a
oh
local newspaper.
wow.
It
Okay.
helps, you
Mhm.
know, and being,
Mhm.
you know, among with big journalists from the Association Press and all those people, you have to do extensive
You have to be on
research
it. Mhm.
before you put out a story. Otherwise, you'll get sued for it. But you know, it's a lot of the history that is not what everybody think it seems, and it's in some cases, some of the stuff you find out is scary. Um,
I
Mm.
agree with that.
and
That is so true.
If they would
you know,
teach African American history in school, I would have been so fascinated and
Hmm.
interested to learn. But I'm
The
not
same.
interested in George Washington and
Uh,
you know,
Scorpio, they did not teach that with me growing up. I had to stumble on this on my own, do my
yes,
own research. The only thing was okay, Harriet
fascinating.
Tubman,
mhm.
Malcolm X.
They'll
No, not no
Yeah.
teach
Malcolm
you.
X. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. They ain't teach
They
you that.
Oh,
Martin Luther
no, they ain't
King.
gonna teach
Dr.
that.
Yeah,
King. They ain't gonna
They
give you
won't
Malcolm
teach
X. They
yeah.
gonna
Wait a
give
minute.
you
or
Dr.
Garvey.
King.
Yeah,
You
They
no.
get
won't.
Dr.
They
okay.
won't give you
King. You don't get
Garvey.
Malcolm X.
I'm
I
sorry.
had
Let
to
me
learn
be
Malcolm.
quick.
I had to read about Malcolm X my damn self. I didn't know
Hmm.
much about Malcolm X when I was in school, but
Oh, the
I knew a whole lot.
autobiography.
I knew a whole lot about Dr. King because that's
Yep.
what they was pushing.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
That he got his own
I would
Until
holiday,
agree.
so they give you
until
that.
he
But I
started.
was oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Until he disrupted the system and started telling the truth about the government, that's when he
Right.
killed his behind.
Because
No,
Because he realized that hey,
a
he was being
burning
played as a
house.
puppet. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
And I hate that
explain.
him and Malcolm X.
Well,
out there
they
with
were
his
going to get
shit.
together, and
Yeah.
what's his name? Sam Cooke was going to finance those two.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
And
that.
his death was mysterious too. It's a documentary. It's over a woman or something they say, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's not.
How old was Malcolm X again when he died and Martin Luther King? 34, 35?
37 or
I think Malcolm was in his what 40.
Oh, he made 40s. Okay. Malcolm did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Him and King were about 40, 41,
oh, was
around
it
that range.
44 like Jesus or something? Almost something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
No, 33 is 33 is supposed to be Jesus
Jesus.
or Yeshaya
Oh,
That's
or
Nip
Yeshua.
Hussle, ain't it? That's Nip Hussle, I believe. Yeah, Nip
okay.
Well,
Hussle died at
and
33.
the Masons will use that number as mockery. They'll use that number as a mockery to
Oh
Christ.
no. Are you
Uh, yeah,
serious? Oh
yeah. They use those number 33
no.
degrees. Yeah, they'll use that number as a mockery to Christ. And yes, Christ was a black man. Is in the Bible. Read Revelations. Read the Book of
Facts.
Daniel.
Uh, had to
Read
be.
read it. God is even black too. Read Daniel 7, I think
Realist,
9
what's
through
up with
11.
you, man? Salute to you, Real. I didn't mean to cut you
You
off,
know,
brother. Shout out to Realist, man. What's up with you, brother? Go ahead, Jack. My
so
bad, bro.
no, you're good.
Yeah,
It's
I
your
just wanted
show,
to make.
so
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I agree. I ain't cutting people off, man, but I wanted to greet people that was coming in and out, man, because I didn't greet people that was coming in, and the chat was moving so fast. So, what's up with you, realist, man? You can hop on, man. You can click the link, man. I think the link's still up there. If not, I could drop it for you, brother. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can
I just
continue,
put the
brother
link
Jack.
in.
Brother Jack, man, dropping them jewels, man, for us. We learning some shit.
I'm telling you.
For
Yeah, but they
real.
didn't
No,
teach, like you
I
said,
try
Scorpio. They
my
didn't teach us
best.
that.
I try my best. I don't want to be given inaccurate information, but if I got something wrong, please somebody correct me. Um, but it's they're dwindling. Um, and it's happening. There'll be a chase roll pretty soon. Um, and this ain't the first time the numbers drop. In North America, that's where all the people came from, the Ellis and Angel Island. The Europeans came in
Mm,
by the droves,
that is
and
that
then
explains it.
those same lands that was promised to us by the general, after the Reconstruction, were given to them.
Mhm.
Um, those same people who came on the boats. That those 40 acres, those up was actually up to
Yeah,
40
because
acres.
they have a lot of money, like
Mhm.
generational wealth,
Yeah, because it was the
probably.
government gave them money. The government gave them settlement checks. They gave them they actually, the government offered to pay them money to come here and live, and they did.
See,
And
wow.
it was the Democrat Party that needed those votes because the Republicans were winning, and the Democrats needed votes, so they brought in these Europeans because during that time, the Republicans were a number of them that were black people in the Republican Party. Um,
Frederick Douglass and
yeah, you had
mhm,
a number of blacks, number of congressmen, senators from Mississippi. They were black people,
the
and of
Boule.
course the Democrats didn't like
Mhm.
it, and so they started using Jim Crow as a tool to get them out. Um, and
Right, because
that's
Central Park was it was a affluent
Yes,
black
Black Town.
yes.
Yeah.
Seneca Village. That's what you talking about? Central
yes,
Park.
yes, yes.
Yes. Mhm. Yeah, and
I mean
I
they
hate to say it, Scorpio. I just recently learned that a few years ago. A lot of stuff, like I said, wasn't taught. I just stumbled
as
upon
an
one of my,
adult.
yeah, it's a
That's
Hmm.
a
one of
lot
my
of stuff
girlfriends is
that's
the
not taught.
history. I didn't know that
I
This
about
is
was
Central Park.
me
See, this is
either.
why I'm all for accurate history. And if Umar Johnson didn't play any games, I would be in support of him teaching all
Oh
that.
my God, are
You
you
know,
kidding me?
and what, like I said, if he wasn't about games, I think he would
Right.
have been the spearhead. Because
I
I
was
don't know
done with
this.
him with the stripper. I was done
I,
with him, but
You
go
said
ahead.
the stripper. That was it for you.
yeah,
Yes, I was done
Yeah.
then. So
yeah.
I'm listening.
That was unfortunate of him. He kind of
She said
he
I
kind
was
of
Right.
slipped
done
up.
with the stripper.
He kind of slipped
Once the
up
Hmm.
there. He
stripper
messed
happened, it
up.
was done.
He was wrong. It was wrong for that, but it's like these people they're putting in front of us with this critical race theory. I don't know any of these people. These people look
Mm.
suspect. This Hannah Noel Jones, nothing against her, but I never heard of her I never heard her do the stuff like Dr. Henrik Clark or Dr. Joy DeGray or Dr. Francis Cress Wilson or Dr. Claude Anderson or
Oh.
any of
Mm.
those people. I've never been her in alliance with those people who actually know history. Now those people, I would be more than glad for them to teach critical race theory if that's the correct and accurate history. Because
Mm.
everybody's getting upset about it, but the question is nobody doesn't know what's in it. You're getting upset about
Oh,
something you don't know.
mm.
You know, let's see what's in it first. And
Yeah.
then if schools want to teach it, fine. If other schools don't, okay, it is what it is. We'll just move on. But they're fighting for something they don't know what's in it.
Right.
I
That's
want to know
crazy.
what's in it first before want your children to have understanding of it. It's really
But
not
some
just
schools,
about.
hmm I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just have I think out loud sometimes. But some schools don't even want to teach African American history. So are we going?
They don't.
What are we expecting? That it's going to be universal across the board, the learning institutions, or just
I
a
guess they're trying
certain?
to push it. I guess
Uh,
they're trying to make it across the board. But
okay.
but my thing is that Black history is probably the most Black history and Native history is probably the most important structures of history because those two
Yes.
built this nation because the natives was on this land, um, and they were doing fine, and then
Oh,
the
let me
the
ask
the
you.
blacks.
Can I ask you this? Because the Native Americans had something that the Constitution was based off of. Is that I don't know. Is it the Purple Heart or something? But the Constitution was based on something with the Native Americans already had going, like the laws or whatever. Can you expound on that, or is it not the
You talking
truth
about the
or
Dawes? You talking about the Dawes
the
Treaty?
dot? It was something that the Native Americans had, but the white Americans stole it from them
Yeah,
and
hijacked it. Yeah, they hijacked it. Yeah, they
okay,
that's why
so
they
that
call them. That's why the
mm-hmm.
term $5 Indian comes from, because all you have to do is
Mm,
pay $5 and declare yourself to be an Indian, even though you're not.
wow, wow,
So I mean, that's what they did. That's how they was able to trick the natives out of their deal, is to take over and kick them out, and then say,
mm,
well, we're gonna go the native bloodline on your mama's side instead of the father's side. The father's the paternal side. That's where you get your bloodline, your seed line from. It's from the dad. The mother is the maternal, and they will switch it because a number of them were of their father's seed line, but they switch it and say, well, no, we want for the mother seed line because a number of the native women were with white men. So that would kind of seal them in there versus the one
mm,
whose fathers were Native Americans.
hmm.
So it's a
I mean,
switcheroo.
I was so surprised at how from the blankets, the poisonous blankets, just how
Oh
they
yeah.
just it was brutal.
Portuguese, the Spanish, the Portuguese, absolute bastards of the worst of the worst.
Mm,
And it's not attack to the people out there today. It's just what it is in the history, just like they did with the Japanese and they did with the Chinese. They divided them, got them to fighting, and a number of the
mm.
Japanese today are Spanish Portuguese babies. They're not even real Japanese anymore. The real
What?
white ones, because the Anju are the real Japanese. They're more darker, woolly headed looking ones. The Anjis were, hell, Naomi Osaka is Anji. She's considered an Anji. Okay, a,
Really?
a,
Are
a
you
true one.
serious?
The white skinned ones, they weren't always that way. Now you got some of them that were that way, but the majority of them were never that way. They were a little bit more darker. They still had their features, but they were just a little bit more darker. Just like the
They're
Southeast
real
Asians,
pale.
those are
Yeah.
more Oriental. But when the Spanish came in and the Dutch came in and the British, oh God, the British came in with China. Oh man, they had their way with the women. And so you don't
Wow.
think the kids came out more lighter skinned, more European looking
Pale.
features, and
Right, paler. That's it. I
yeah,
didn't I didn't know that. Mm.
yeah. So they're you got racial issues over there. They got the lighter Japanese versus the darker Japanese. That's why the lighter Japanese are in the northern parts of Japan and the darker ones are in the southern parts of Japan.
Well, when I saw Japanese with afros and high top fades with the like, they're getting kinky
Whoa.
hair.
Whoa.
It was too much for me. Like they listen to rap and
Yeah,
all
because you
that.
thinking they're mocking you or something like that,
J-pop or
but
no, not
technically
J-pop.
some of them,
Hmm.
yeah, some of them have those features. Some of them have those genetic features because of their complexion, but the other ones that look more, Europeanish, you know, more porcelain looking, uh, their complexion is more porcelain, and some of them even bleach their skin. Actually, some of them actually bleach their skin, just like the East Indians do, to make themselves look more lighter, more European.
European.
Because
Mhm.
yeah, because that's the it's whoever rules the world, their women will be the face of beauty. Uh, So whomever runs the show, their women is going to be the standard of beauty, and all the other women who are non-European, whatever, or of that group would imitate them. Just like the Moors, when y'all women were in power in the Moorish Empire, the white women put stuff behind their butts to make it look bigger. You know, like those bells, the dressing bells, the
Oh, okay. I don't
those
know.
how they dress the dresses that with those bells.
Mhm.
That came from the fact that the black women who wore those had bigger rears anyway, and those European women would wear those and add more to it to kind of make their appearance of their behind. Because during the time, uh, the blacks ruled Europe in the Moorish Empire. Um, they we conquered them, and of course Spain took us over and kicked us out, made us slaves. Um, and so yeah, that was the during that time the standard of beauty. And so the other women would try to dress their behinds to make it have a larger appearance. Because during that time, that was the standard of beauty. So then when they took over, they like, well, the hell with this. We can just walk out with our flat butts. And now everybody's gonna do what we want. But yeah, whomever runs the show, the standard of beauty um, will apply across the globe. So if China took over and they took over, the Asian took over the world, then their women will be the standard of beauty. Then all the other women will try to look like them. Here's how it goes. Anybody there?
Interesting. I mean, Dome, you there? Mm.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
No, no, I was listening. No, I was listening. I was doing something too on the other end, but yeah, I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
And
y'all. I don't want to be a hogger, so y'all can
no, no,
go.
no,
I
no,
don't want
no,
to.
because
There
now we
goes
have
Scorpio.
We learning.
people not of
Mhm.
color buying melanin to get darker because the tannin salons are killing people trying to get the tans. So now
Hmm.
they're taking melanin. Melanin costs
Mhm.
just as much, if not more, than platinum or gold. So I said, you know what? Let me go look this up. And so it says, how do you make melanin? Now we know the only way you make it is through the sun, through God. The people of color only have it. How are these people getting the melanin? Well, I go to Google. It's saying because they're eating dark leafy vegetables, and that makes melanin. Can you expound? Have y'all heard of that?
I never heard that one. Mm-mm.
Please, y'all look it up. The cost of melanin, and
Mm.
people is they have people manufacturing melanin. Where
Oh,
else can you get
I heard of
melanin?
that. I heard about that. I
Manufacturing
know
melanin.
I know different regions. They look at
They
melanin
donate that,
different.
and they donate melanin too. Darker people in like third world countries or poorer countries, they donate the melanin. But they're saying they have companies that manufacture melanin,
Melanin is
and
gold
so people are dying to be darker too. So
because it's
to go
gold. I
with the
mean, think
pill,
about it. You could sit in the sun for hours and shit.
they can get the body of the black woman,
Shit,
the
you don't have to
hips,
worry about
the
melting
baby
and shit.
making hits. Right.
Mm.
They can go online and get, you know what I'm saying? So
Shit, you don't have to
I
worry
just
about melting. That's what I like. I
so
save
the
a ton,
Japanese
save
they
a
trying to
ton on
get big bougie.
tanning cream.
Right. But we're the worst women in the world, but people, other races want to emulate us. They want our bodies, our hair, our skin tones. They ain't gonna go too dark,
They
but
definitely want
they'll
y'all lips though. That's for sure.
Oh
lips.
Them
yes.
them Kardashian broads.
Oh
Damn,
man.
they had to
When
buy
they
some
said
lips and shit.
when them people contributed them to coming up with the cornrows, oh, I almost lost it. I
And
couldn't breathe.
Miley Virus created twerking and shit.
I
The
couldn't. Why
shit.
they do? They take everything. Like I guess we take theirs too, because we be, wearing the hair and stuff. But yeah, but the melanin, I thought of that when he was saying that the Japanese, with the paler face and this and that. But a lot of races trying to get darker and get our bodies, our lips, everything.
Yeah, I want to
So
welcome help Haiti people, man. What's going on with you? I don't know if you're brother or sister.
I'm gonna listen, y'all. I gotta make a
That's
run. I have to
that's Jack.
beat the
Oh,
post
Jack.
office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought
Okay,
it was
I'm
somebody
gonna listen, y'all. I gotta beat the post office to get those boxes back. You know what I'm talking about, Dom.
Yeah, 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 for
So
sure, for
Uh-oh.
sure. Queen, this
okay, so I'm
come
gonna
back
listen to y'all.
if we still up, come
Mhm.
back.
I hope
Yeah,
so. I love this. I swear, this
yeah, we
my
I like her.
building.
brain been
I like her.
We build.
my brain been starved around
Hey,
here.
I heard that New York. I heard that New York. You hear that shit? You hear the accent? Y'all got that
Oh,
right there, right? We gonna
oh
replay that.
Lord.
I'm gonna
Oh
rewind that
Lord.
shit back. We
Oh
know you from New
Lord,
York.
Oh
I
God.
heard
Lord.
that shit.
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
I'm listening, y'all. I'm gonna do this as quick as I
I
could so
like
I
that
can get
shit. I
back.
like that shit. Everybody got different accents and shit. I like that.
Oh
That
God.
shit is,
I
that
can't
shit's
lie from
good.
where I'm at, huh? No, I'm from Texas. No, I don't think so.
Nah, you can't. Not not the way you said that. I know you was from New York, the East Coast, somewhere from
Oh,
there. I ain't hating
okay.
on that. I just I
I
get
know.
on I get on Sister Donna with that. We have our own little, our thing. We get on that
I
because she
know
has
you
that
know.
accent and shit. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. But right there, y'all heard that, right? I know it wasn't just me. Y'all heard that shit, right? Go back and replay that shit. So it's only been a couple of minutes. You can replay that shit.
I can't. I'm
But
done.
yeah, but salute to the to brother Jack, man. He dropping them gems,
Mhm.
man. For
He know.
real.
He know his stuff. Like I said, being a reporter and all of that. Yeah, you have to, learn and all that stuff. You gotta do research, research, research.
Mhm.
Hmm. Oh my god.
Definitely.
That's some great conversation. We talked about a little bit of everything. Oh, and real quick, I just noticed your thumbnail now, right?
Hmm.
You got
Hmm.
all of those gorgeous women. I'm looking at them, all the gorgeous women, and you
Hmm.
looking at a child. See what I'm saying? There's
I,
something
s-
wrong with you.
I said this shit earlier, man.
Oh, you said,
Like
oh, I missed that. Okay.
no. I said something similar to
Oh.
this earlier. So I was saying I don't know how a
Mm-hmm.
grown person can have like the mentality or the psychology to want to date a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
Oh.
you got all these grown people. Remember when I was talking about, women's derriere and backside? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to say booty or ass. Trying to work on my language. I know it's horrible. I cuss like a sailor. I get it. So I know, but he got all them sisters, all them pretty ass sisters.
Hmm.
But this shit comes out.
Yeah.
This says comes out. Your DNA is on a little girl. That's some sick shit. That's
That
some
right
fucking
there.
sick shit.
Once I heard the DNA was proven, I said, "Oh, you're disgusting. He is straight up disgusting." And then the way he went about it and did it. And they're gonna drop the girl off at the house and then tell the mother, dropped her at the house, no cleaning up or nothing. It's just like, here she go, and don't say anything because that would just ruin me. To me, Dome, it's like if he's done this other time with other women, but this was the woman this was the mother that spoke out. You get what I'm saying? He was too
Hmm.
comfortable. I'm just going by a little bit that I'm hearing on the social media and whatever, the news. He took the daughter to the hotel, blah blah blah, took her home. Okay, here's your daughter back, and by the way, don't say anything because it'll ruin me. What the heck? That's psychotic. That is truly out of your mind. He's a dangerous person. Does not need to be on the streets. Hmm.
I agree with that.
And
Honestly,
I.
I'm actually surprised that he's still living. To be honest with you, because most
Hmm.
people that have the R title and the P title,
Mhm.
it's pretty bad. It's never
Mm.
anything good. Whether you in the pen or out of the pen, it's never
Mhm.
good. And that's not gonna be it's not even gonna be I wouldn't even it's gonna be a below average life that you're gonna be living. It's gonna be exhausting. It's gonna be as if you would just want to kill yourself because you can't get rid of those monikers, man. Regardless of this just goes this is outside of polite. Regardless if you've done it or not, that moniker, that R and P word, when it surrounds you and it
Mhm.
clouds you, you have to live with that shit. Everybody, even to this day, still bring up that Tupac shit. Even
Mhm.
when they they didn't find no trace of his semen on that woman or in the woman, for that matter. They still bring that shit up.
And that's the
You,
sad part, though, when you say this. If a person is innocent, but once they
mm,
put that to you, even you found innocent or not, it does haunt you for the rest of
it
your life.
doesn't matter exactly. That
It
R
is.
word and P word it's like damn, it's damn near like a snitching title, damn
Yeah.
near. You know what I mean? But but it's not snitching. It's something to
Right.
do. I think people because women they give life. They looking at they I guess just from a human perspective, right? This is Dome's opinion, right? They look at women as the nurturer, Mother Nature, the woman that the one that brings in life. Like, how could you do some shit like that? How could you just
Mhm.
take something from her? You know what I mean? When she gives life, she nurtures us. She all this shit, and I think that's just how the maybe the world looks at it. This is just my opinion. So I think that's why we're so harsh on the R word. I mean, there shouldn't be no P word. And it shouldn't be no c word either. The child, you know, attacks. There shouldn't be any of that. It shouldn't be. There shouldn't be no reason for that, right? That like you
Mhm.
need to be under the ground, in the ground, deep in the
Mhm.
ground, messing with kids. I don't fuck around with the kid shit. I don't like that shit. That
Mhm.
shit. That shit is that's like instant death.
Exactly.
I'm not saying I'll do anything. YouTube, fair you. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it.
I
I'm just
understand.
saying, yeah, don't
Just
come
saying.
flag my shit. I'm just saying where I'm from, instant death, right? And as far as the R word, it's the same shit. It's the same shit,
Mhm.
you just can't shake that title. Once you have that title, it's just like on you, man, for
That's why I don't like
ever.
when you got these little ratchet hood rat women that's lying. Lying on a man and never happened. And you're ruining
Exactly,
his life because, like I said, once somebody says that, it's done. It's with you for the rest of your life. He went and proved it and everything. He didn't do it. That's why I can't stand these women out here that be lying. You got some women that will do it. He did
hmm
this, blah 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 blah. Knowing darn well it didn't happen. Mm, mm, mm.
yeah,
Trifling people out here, Dome. Trifling. But the way he did that, the story, just like he just did whatever and just dropped off at the house. Like, if this is the report that I'm hearing, are you kidding me? Do you get what I'm saying, Dome? It's like it was a regular routine he does with the women that he meets with their daughters. But this was the one that said, "Oh heck no," and she, called the cops and everything.
Chef,
Hey,
what's up with you,
chef, chef,
brother?
chef, chef, chef.
Chef
What is
Disaster, what's up, brother? Can hop
it?
on, man, if you want to hop on. You got something to say. About to get ready to wind it down in a little bit, but if you got something on your mind, man, I don't think I have any more on this topic per se. I think 3 hours, man. I can't believe we've been on here
Wow.
for 3 hours.
Well, we did a 3 hour. Wow.
Man, like it's
This
been
was good.
a
This
long
was
time. I
good.
appreciate everybody that was
I'm
in the
glad to be
chat,
off today. I
man.
caught you and I was able to come on
This,
to your live stream.
oh man, thank Scorpio for this shit, cause she the one that showed me how to do this shit. I didn't know you could do it on your
Love you,
phone and
girl.
shit. So salute to the queen and always high honors. You know what I mean? Shoot to all the brothers and the sisters that came in the chat for real, man. You know, I just do anybody got some final big words? I mean, you can talk as long as you
Brother
want.
Dom.
whatever.
How
Hmm.
long you gonna be on here?
I'm just about to wrap it up, bro.
Oh,
Just
okay, okay,
about to wrap it up in a minute. Why?
okay.
What's going on with you, brother?
No, I was
You
just
about to
saying
come back?
maybe. Well, I'm finna take a shower, but
Oh,
yeah. But what I was saying is that we talk about these panels, and
yeah.
I don't know if y'all checked out Clubhouse because I know me and Donna uh did Clubhouse Friday night, uh,
Mm,
It's kind of
and
fun.
basically it's an open platform. You can invite whoever you want to invite. You can pick any topic pretty much. People, if you want it public to where people just come in and listen or have something to say, once you just set up moderators to, people raise their hands or that sort of thing, they can speak. And it's audio.
I actually, I oh my bad, brother. I actually downloaded it, but I don't really be on it like that.
Yeah.
Cause I
Yeah.
downloaded it because a homegirl got me in it. But I mean, if y'all gonna be on there Friday, man, I'll come through. What time y'all usually be on there?
Yeah, just I mean, it can be anybody can control it.
Mm.
It's just loans the moderators are set, and plus, of course, when it's over, there's no recording of it. I mean, so whatever conversations we have is within our circle or whomever. Now of
But
course, a couple of
Dome,
people.
excuse me, Dome, you the one put me on. 'Cause remember you told me you send me some link with the clubhouse, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't sign up. Then Jack was talking about it. He said, "Oh, go to clubhouse." I said, "Oh, let me go and check it out." Cause that Bigo, Boogo, whatever you call that, I'm
Mm.
just not feeling. There's something weird about those
Yeah,
people over
yeah,
there.
but I wasn't really experienced though too, because I said I
Mm.
wasn't experienced with the shit. It was actually another sister who I only downloaded it specifically because she is like in the ADOS shit. So I wanted to hear, what they're talking about. 'Cause I don't know too much about the ADOS, but I downloaded it for that to watch her and her group and shit. And they be having some monster conversations, man. They be having huge panels over there,
Yeah,
like really, really big panels and shit. So,
damn.
and I catch it here and there, but I don't really, fuck with Clubhouse like that. 'Cause I don't even really be on YouTube like that unless I'm like watching people or watching, movies and shit on here or music and shit. So I don't really be on here like watching people like that per se. Just the people, I fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? Shit like that. People I'm
Mhm.
really fucking with like that. But I don't really be on YouTube even like that. So, I'll be on Clubhouse probably, whenever I get
Cause
time and
because
just
you have
listen
a
to
life, Tone,
it.
besides YouTube. That's what it is. We have a life. We don't have that luxury of being here every day for 12 hours saying, "Look at me, I'm Donna, I'm cute." No, it don't work that way.
I was trying to say that modest though. Yeah. I was trying to be
Just be
modest
honest.
with it.
You have a life. You have a
Yeah.
social life. You got other things to do. It is what it is. We all do. That's what it is. Because some of these people, you see beyond here, they start off from 7:30 in the morning, going all the way to like 7 o'clock at night, and they do this every day. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have that little marathon live stream. I did that one time forever. I couldn't believe you came
Yeah.
back. You was like, "Damn, you still there?" I was like, "I
Oh
couldn't believe
yeah.
it." Remember that time?
I was surprised, yeah, because I think you said you was gonna go,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, we everybody, Purple Heart you and got out. And then I looked at my thing and it was like, oh, you still alive? I was like, oh shit,
I
I would have
remember when
still
you
been
came
there.
back. You came back
I
like,
would have,
"Damn, you still there?"
yeah. So I was like,
Oh boy.
yeah. Just to add on what you saying, yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, to each his own. Hey, if you want to be on
Exactly.
here, you want to be on here for a fucking 24-hour live stream every fucking day. Go ahead and be my guest. I would have headaches just doing, this shit made me. But I haven't been on here so long,
Mhm.
and I didn't encounter so many good people throughout real networking, not just sub for
Mhm.
sub. Like I've been really watching
Mhm.
other YouTubers and shit and watching
Mhm.
other content creators on here that I just wanted to put out some content and shit. And I saw a few of them actually that came in the chat, and I appreciate y'all. I'm always
Mhm.
keep saying that because I'm an appreciative person. You know what I mean? It's not
Yes, you
about
are.
no material shit. What y'all just did, is I appreciate that shit. Just coming in and saying what's up, you know what I mean? It's all good, man. It's not, it ain't that serious, but to me, it just shows me that, hey, man,
Mhm.
like y'all appreciate what a motherfucker doing, and try,
Exactly.
and when I do come here, I try to, you know what I mean, listen to people and hear everybody's input, and do other things. You give us other content besides the same content, that I've been doing over the years. So I try to switch it up. I love hearing um other people's point of view, because I feel like that's how you grow and that's how you get better. And I feel like we all should be open to hearing other people's point of view and other people's sides. That's how you improve.
That's true. You're
But
right.
yeah, I mean, if anybody want to come up, I mean, just let me know if you got something to add on. Anybody, man, it's no like I don't. I promise you won't get attacked or none of that shit. I won't. You're not gonna get attacked or none of that shit.
Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of the room. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of the room.
those streams.
Yeah, get out of here.
What
Put it
you
on my
said,
page.
mother effer? You get out of
Yeah.
here. I'll flag your channel.
Yeah. You got, yeah, I appreciate it, Dome, because this is good conversations. Unlike, I don't know if I want to say the names on here, Dome, because I want to get no heat back on
No,
you.
no,
Yeah.
no
Please,
names.
please don't say no,
No,
no
no
name.
names. No names.
Okay,
Just
I,
stick to the polite, and if you do mention,
okay,
pseudos,
okay.
everybody's talking about them, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
mhm.
you got some of those who will not be named that will be on here for 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, haven't taken a shower, kids acting up, and they're still yelling and buck dancing and cooning and all the other stuff. And boy, some of them still ain't paid their child support fully, and just
Said fully.
yeah. No,
At least they paid some, right?
Played a quarter of it.
Yeah,
you're retired,
A
man.
quarter.
You need to pull it up a little bit if you got to. Just get that done, get that over with, man. Ain't the thing but a chicken wing over there. But
Oh God, I can't stop laughing.
so this is good conversation. Besides all the chaos that's going on, for what people were willing to do for cloud, they say clout, I say cloud, uh, notoriety and viewers and subscription numbers, even though they've been paid for. But this is good quality that YouTube needs to boost up instead of letting people who have good quality, who have good conversation linger. They it's unfortunate. It's people who are uh, creating junk data that are getting praise versus the ones who are creating history. They're being shunned, just like they did with Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey and Queen Nanny and Queen Anne Cadra, and those people who actually were a figurehead, Geronimo, to the cause of fighting against oppression as well as wrong and evil. And that's something that needs to be brought forth more than the junk data. I call it junk data. That's what it is. The junk data
That's a
that
good word.
Google.
Junk date. I like that.
I like spam, right? Spam.
Yeah, good spam.
Spam.
Spam tastes like ham with some mustard. Um, and the junk data that a lot of these people put out on YouTube is a disgrace.
Hmm.
And I recommend them to get off the platform if they're not. I mean, it's okay to do some entertainment, some funny stuff, a little gossip. Okay, whatever. But 12 hours, 15 hours of yelling, screaming at each other when you got other things that need attention, like with Haiti. That's why I'm keeping this flag avatar on for one whole month.
That's what's
Um,
up.
you know, because those people, there's over 2,000 plus people who hated that died from the earthquake.
Dang.
There's more
Damn.
Oh my
who died
gosh.
from the tsunami, and plus they last month dealt with their president being blasted by somewhat the DEA, United States of America. Which if the government has a problem with it, they can come and arrest me and ask me why I'm saying that. And they dealt with a lot of heartache and pain and trauma again, and they need help. You know, actually, I think the president needs to relocate some of the Haitian people over here to the United States. I think we got plenty of land here to help build up homes for them. I mean, these are good people.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you got some crazy ones. Don't get me wrong, especially down in Miami. Oh God, Jesus. Um, but you got good ones, you know, who have helped build communities and created businesses and professions. So they're good people, you know. If you're willing to take the Middle Easterns, nothing against them. But if you take the Middle Easterns, Afghans over here, you need to take some of these Haitians over here too, because they're closer. Number one, and number two, they can probably more align with America than the Afghans, because you know their culture is different. There's just Sharia law in a way still, um, and that makes a lot of adjustments. But I believe that this country needs to house in Haitians, many as they possibly can, that's been displaced, lost their families. I mean, if we're willing to do that to the amnesty illegal immigrants that come here crossing the border,
Facts.
which I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them I understand why they here, because they're dealing with stuff back in their homeland that you know is do or die. And then you got others who just there just because they just here to take advantage of the country. Um, but I think this country needs to help the Haitian people much as they can, as well as France and Great Britain. I mean, we exploited their sugarcane industry over there for years. It's where a lot of the sugar actually came from, is Haiti, believe it or not. Um, and they really need a lot. They need help. You know, they need a lot of help. Just like I think Dr. Dre's daughter, she got a GoFundMe. Uh,
Yeah, post her if you can. Drop a link in there after this shit when it's done. Just drop a link to Dr. Dre daughter's Patreon or whatever, Cash App or whatever.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Yeah, yeah. Put that in the chat like when this shit is over. If
Okay.
you could for me, brother
What?
Jack.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have something to
In
say
the
about that, but
in
I
the
don't want to
ten
get in it
yard.
because I'll talk forever.
Are you talking about
You
you're
know
talking
how I
about?
feel about it, 'cause that's trifling. How the heck you a billionaire or eight
Okay.
hundred dollar million, whatever, and then your daughter's sitting here in a car? But I'm not gonna get into that because we about to wrap it. You
Yeah,
say it's about
that.
to wrap it up, but you know,
Got you.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's that's like 8 hours and shit right there.
yeah,
Let
because
me
you know I go in and
Shit.
I'm gonna still
let me
make a
see if I
video on
can
that one. I'm gonna make it
let me
short, but I'm
let
gonna
me
make a
see if
video
I
'cause I
can
gotta get that off my
put this.
chest.
Let me see
Right.
if I can. You know,
Mm-mm.
I put it in the chat. That's the Latanya Young.
Oh,
Yeah, and so far it's $7,793 out of
Oh,
fifty
okay,
thousand.
okay.
okay.
So it moved up a
Cool,
little bit.
cool, cool, cool,
Um,
cool.
you know, I gave $10. I mean, not you know, I mean, I wish
Yeah,
I.
I wanted to give something, man, for it, man, because
Mhm.
I understand, man, what it's like to want to chase your dream and shit and just not having no kind of support or no kind of back. And
Yes.
she seems like she adamant about shit. I don't sleep on people. I mean, to y'all might see a rapper or whatever, but remember they were saying the same shit about Nipsey and shit. Now look at how everybody put him on a pedestal and shit. They wasn't fucking with him when he was alive, but all of a sudden he's God. He's all this shit. So many fans and shit, but there wasn't nobody fucking with him like that when he was alive.
Yeah,
That's a
Mhm.
fact. He didn't even have a million subs. wasn't even close to a million subs when he was alive.
no,
Now he
and
has a
it's
million
funny.
and beyond.
And I believe he was somewhat of a sacrificial lamb to the powers that be. to the
Yeah,
idea of masters. I mean, because
I do.
from what I heard, he got bad paperwork from the guy he claimed that was a snitch, alleged. Uh, and they claim that's what resulted in that because he got bad paperwork uh,
Okay.
from the
Right,
guy.
right.
Because that happens sometimes. You people check your paperwork and kind of find out someone gave you some bad information, and then they retaliated because you putting their name out there. Because that's a you call somebody a snitch in the street. That's a that's a
That's
bad
the
that's a
that's the
target. You put a bullseye
that's
on your
the
back.
that's the P and the R word, man. That's the P and the R word out here, man. It's just as bad. So I mean, you can't keep your mouth shut on some shit. So that's just as bad as the P and R word. And you really don't want those if you're a well, if you're a regular person, it wouldn't really matter because any uh there wouldn't be any retaliation
Yeah,
because you're a civilian. And it's that video you did, that live you did with Rat Nine,
yeah,
where they
snitching.
say he's a civilian. Yeah, he's a civilian now, but he was
Yeah,
blood
but he was a
gang.
gangster.
Yeah, he was blood when he was rapping and shit. So I
Yeah,
don't understand that shit. You can't be a civilian
I
because be-
Wack kind of
you
lost me on that one a little bit.
yeah, you can't be a civilian because you scary now. That's not how this life works. If you're
No,
gonna be in this world or in this life, it's blood in, blood out.
yeah,
And your blood might be out of your body if you got any of these monikers on you, the R word, the P word, or you snitching.
yeah,
So just choose your life correctly, because I live in California. It's gangbang central, gangster shit everywhere, man. You can navigate if you just stay real, man. You can navigate, you stay real, you stay focused, you stay on your swivel, man. You know.
you're
But
right.
do anybody got any last words? I'm gonna let
Uh,
everybody say your last shit. Then I'm gonna wrap them up.
Thank you for having me. Love you, Dome. This was fun. This was great. And blessings to everybody that's in the chat. And thank you for sharing them out. Thank you for hitting the likes. And thank you for being here on Brother Dome's live stream. Hugs and kisses. I'm out.
Much love, Sister Donna. Much love.
Alrighty. Bye, everyone. Bye, gentlemen. Love you too,
Shalom.
Jack.
All
Bye.
right, much love, Don. All right, Don. See you, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
I appreciate the broadcast, man. This is a good one because I just
Man.
jumped. I was at work and thinking like let me sneak on in and put in the earplugs in there and like make sure ain't nobody looking over because there's somebody coming in there. Hey, did you know what they can say it? I said, I don't know, man. But
Man,
so
thank you, brother. Man, you out here dropping them facts, man. That's why I like coming to your shit, man. Because it be real intellectual, man. You're intellectual brother, man. So I'll be fucking with that. Because I'll be learning some shit, man. So it's all about growth. It's some shit I know, but there's some shit you might know that I don't know.
yeah,
So I gotta check
and
that
vice
shit.
versa. There's stuff I don't know that you know.
Mhm,
Like you talk about the California politics there. A lot of people don't know that
mhm.
stuff. And
Yeah,
I had
I
to
get it. I'll get into it one day, man. I'll get into it.
somewhat had some knowledge of my cousin because my cousin who's dead now. He went to prison for San Quentin for God knows how many years. He was a Crip out in Santa Monica,
Mhm.
and he was older than me, like older. I mean, he was like 44, 45 years old. He was old. Uh, and he came to Arkansas to live, and he died in a car accident. It was raining.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
He was adjusting. You know what I'm saying? He was adjusting to the life, and then his cousin came. And the messed up thing is his cousin's an Avalon Pyru.
Damn. So opposite man, bro.
Yeah,
Opposite
and
tracks. Huh?
them two could not be seen together in California because
Yeah,
there was rivals. But
right.
when they came to Arkansas, they're cousins, and
I
they were
know.
they were cool. They were like buddies. But when they get out there, they have to go on their separate ways because of the situation out there during that time. Um, but it was very interesting hearing from them too um, um, about the stuff that goes on out there in the politics, and I like that's why I kind of learned a little bit of it. But it's
Mhm.
very interesting. I mean, perhaps you can get a clubhouse thing going or this YouTube and talk about the California politics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, brother. I mean, I'm gonna dive into this StreamYards, man, and really try to learn it, man, and hopefully can have many more panels and shit, man, because this one was ultra lit, man. It's my first one, and I appreciate everybody blessing me with this shit,
Yes.
because I do not know what I was doing with this shit.
Yeah, it takes some time to navigate because when I first got started, it kind of like weird, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's actually a good way to link up with other social medias um, without the stress of going through a software and
Mhm.
doing it. But I'll probably have something pop up on Saturday because I found a way to get on YouTube live through the mobile phone since they kicked my channel
Yeah, see, that's how I see. I thought you needed a computer
out.
to do this shit. Then Scorpio, salute to Queen Scorp, was
Mhm.
like, yeah, you could do this shit on your phone,
Yep.
and voila, ta-da,
Yeah.
looking at it. So I was like, damn, get it started, man, because I never knew how to do all the shit that
Yeah.
everybody was doing on here, man. So
No
it's
doubt.
hard to, it's what can I say? It's like learning a different language. It's
Yeah.
tough, but once you start getting the hang of it, it starts coming in
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. The YouTube live, actually, you can go if you use what's that thing called? Streamlabs app
Mhm.
on your mobile phone and link your YouTube account. Now you are able to go through the bypass to the YouTube live where you normally would have to uh, have 1,000 subscribers in order to activate that. But you can bypass that through the Streamlabs app and just link your YouTube account and do that from there.
I think I got that, brother. I think that's what I was using before.
Oh, okay,
Before I
okay,
did this, yeah, yeah. So that was the shit I was streaming off of. It's free too.
okay. Good,
So all
good.
you gotta do is download that to your phone Play Store, and it's just like this. It's the setup. The interface is a lot different
Yeah.
because what I learned is you have to use desktop or
Hmm.
something to actually drop the link and shit. So I
Yes.
didn't even know that. So now I know,
Yes, sir. All right. All right, Dom. I see you around, brother.
brother. Man, I appreciate it, man. Salute to you, brother, for real.
And you have a good day.
You too, brother.
All right, man.
All right, man. Oh man, oh man. This was ultra lit, ultra lit, man. I appreciate once again everybody that came, spoke, comment, all the people that came up on the panel, man. I appreciate that shit, man. Real shit. This your boy's first panel, you feel me? So I appreciate everybody rolling out the carpet for me and shit, man. Hopefully, if YouTube don't strike me down or any other YouTuber strike me down, big YouTubers or whatever, hopefully we can see a lot more panels. I can have a lot more panels in the future. And real shit, all y'all link up, man. All y'all talk. All y'all sub to each other, watch each other, talk to each other, man. Because over here it's cool, man. Like I said, man, there's not no bias shit. I don't do no cults or none of that shit, man. People get treated respectfully over here, and I think that should be what we should be concerned about as people. Is how we get treated, and the kids, the future. The kids is the future. They are the future. So without them, we're gonna be doomed. So we can't be giving them this traumatic shit. We can't be giving them false hope. We can't be ruining their lives, they childhood, man. When we was kids, we got to live life. These kids got to worry about polights, you know, and other predators. Sick shit, man. We got to get on that shit ASAP. But everybody, y'all be good. I appreciate y'all. I love everybody that came. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the chat. Everybody that shared this shit out. I appreciate that shit. This was a long one, y'all. But this motherfucker was lit. All right, y'all be good, man. Shalom and be safe out there.
I know you heard the expressive skies is the limit. I'm limitless on the clouds, I'm in it. Daydreaming, minus the scheming. Because schemes equals to being there. Wishing for more facts and not dreams and more things that people lust for. The silver gold in the green. Lust for bright star, sober classic cars. Yeah, that I mean. Mind blown by racism, rain, speed. You're not affected by it with a show concerns indeed. Blow on my tree, I'm just thinking what do the world need. Let's match this and let's read. More work, less lost life. For feet, less genocide, was cracking my cheek. What's upon the star because I can't afford to fry. No hair bars, keep yapping, I'm on the map, y'all. Gotta do one for the single mothers holding shit down, raising a child, hoping they never see a lineup profile. Hopes and not being too wild, crazy how poverty and choices got us into choices. What a stargaze, who you wish and think, is this really me? Or it's just a phase, it's a trial and error that one day get fixed. Stargates and tripping off and shit. The wishing might not ever build nothing, but please, we gotta quit fucking fronting. Maybe we in the time of the S time of last days, and every day that you breathe was a fucking blessing. And I'm tired of that shit, wasn't. I get on track, say what I want, I don't care who cuss it. I get on the track and you know I'm gonna bust it. The whole world, fuck it, I don't trust it. Here I come, you rap my spit, I keep you stunned. It's that real shit when you spit with that tongue. And people liking that dialect, like where you come from? I'm just searching through the same, wish upon the star, but this is a dream, maybe it's a fantasy. Nah, I look closely and I see it's a reality. Yeah.